Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready.
Hello, guys. What's up? Sorry. I kind of lost track of time there for a moment. I think we're still kind of doing some adminning things. That's why we haven't quite started yet. Also, apparently, I'll be having myself a lovely co-host today. That's something nice to look forward to. Let me see. Cuddle. Oh, I almost gave it away there. Almost gave it away. Let's see. Let's see what he has to say for himself. Let's see what he wants. I'm calling him right now. I'm gonna have to wait and see. Anyway, what's up, everybody? How you doing? Welcome to another day of StarCraft 2, where we're gonna be enjoying ourselves. There he is. What's up, Cuddle?
Hello. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right. You know, waking up early and casting some StarCraft 2.
Couldn't have a better start to the day, right?
Yeah, exactly. So what? I mean, what time is it for you even right now?
3 a.m.
3 a.m. Yeah, all right. Fair enough. Fair enough, right? There's no time like 3 a.m. for a StarCraft 2 fan to do some casting. Nice.
There's no better time.
Exactly. So you just wanted to hop into a couple of games with Cure in particular?
Yeah, if that's fine with you.
Yeah, of course, man. Of course. It's only gonna add to the overall experience.
I'm the self-proclaimed biggest Cure fan in the world. So.
Nice. Really? Is he your favorite Terran then? Is it like?
So I've been kind of like going around and like hyping him up to everyone, and then like he starts popping off a bit here and there. I'm like,
yep.
It's okay. Like I'm biggest Cure fan. Like.
And then the GSL finals happened.
Yeah, that is a little tragic.
A little tragic. Yeah, man. Honestly, I think everybody was kind of hoping for him to do a bit better there. Even Maru fans, like I was personally cheering, or I mean for TY fans, sorry. I was personally cheering for TY because I wanted him to win a GSL for once, but that was just that was just not the way I wanted it to go.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like close series are always better, right? Like you always want 4-3s or like drawn out series where it's not even.
Exactly.
But TY just like he played that series so brilliantly.
Yeah, true, for sure. It looks like they're doing the vetoes. I don't know how good your Korean is, Cuddle.
Not that good, I'll be honest.
I can see one veto for Golden. I'm not sure if that's Golden Pillars or Golden Wall.
Oh, true. I forgot that there's actually 2 Goldens now.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's Golden Wall, though.
Yeah, probably, right? People call the other ones just Pillars in the...
Yeah. Well, it is Pillars of Gold.
Pillars of Gold.
So, it's not quite golden.
Let me send Inu a quick message as well.
Oh, wait.
Is co-casting. So he knows. He knows to invite you.
Oh, wait.
There he is. What's up, AK? How you doing? You're actually the one now giving us the orders. So Eternal will be the first one, Everdream the second, and Death Thingamajig. Aura, that's right. Death Aura will be the third one.
Yeah, this will be a fairly exciting series. Like DRG has been playing really, really well recently, and I hope he gives really good games here.
Yeah. What's your thoughts about the new maps right here? I guess Death Aura, if we do get that. Do you have any particular ideas about that one?
It's kind of weird because you got like the turbo zones in the middle, right?
Yeah.
And you get into these weird scenarios where there's just banelings just like shotgunning out of them, like. So your marines will just be walking down the middle of the map, and all of a sudden banelings just fly in, going like Mach 5 or something. It makes very, very interesting scenarios.
Ah, there we go. We have a lobby link. It does seem that way. Makes it a lot more difficult to split, I suppose. Unfortunately, your splitting capabilities don't go up with the same percentage as the banelings do.
No, not quite.
Would be nice, but Oh well.
I mean, this is the first map I think we've ever had with like speed zones in it. Like we've had slow zones before, but these speed zones are like very, very interesting. Like change.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I'm pretty sure I've seen other kind of maps, but maybe they weren't on the ladder necessarily, or in like tournaments play. But there were the I think it was on Creighton's channel maybe, where there was the weird maps that were created kind of thing. And they
kind of like a TLMC, or
yeah,
but like
I think so.
maps that might make it or so.
Yeah, something like that. But they were. I remember specifically the water slides, that map. But that was just meant that going downwards you would go quicker, and going upwards you would go slower. But I'm pretty sure there was a map with speed zones in there as well. I could be wrong, but oh well. Oh well. I'm willing to take that risk. Alright, Eternal Empire. One of the more macro-orientated maps. Man, I'm a big DRG fan as well. Actually, this is nice because now I can fan out about DRG a bit more so. Now that you're here to kind of balance it out.
Yeah, DRG. I think DRG is kind of like one of the more standard Zergs, as far as I know. Like I know Armani was playing a lot of like lurker styles on this map in particular, but I think DRG is like he just kind of likes his Lingman Muta.
Yep.
Kind of,
That's most of what he does.
You know, flies around his mutas. I think he plays more like heavy muta though, if I'm not mistaken.
What's hits me muta? What?
No. Just like a lot more mutas and not really like Bakive, and just tries to like base trade a lot.
Yeah. That's him. That's him, all right. And then he just tries to mostly outposition you in a way, right?
Yeah. He's really, really good with his army movements for sure.
It looks so cool. It's a lot of fun to cast because you're like, oh wait, hold up, this point, and you go back and forth. So as a caster, it's always a ton of fun.
Yeah, I think my favorite thing about like, I'm not so sure about casting, but like watching the players and kind of like watching how they make like the really small adjustments to their play, like series to series. Because you can kind of like watch them evolve and watch their like meta games between each of the players evolve too.
Yeah, for sure. Because I think DRG is one of the epitome players where you could say like this is one of those players that has his own style in a way. You know, he is just he's just one of the weird ones out there that does whatever he thinks is the best, right? He came back and he started implementing the Lingbane Mutalisk play again up until a very late point in the game, and suddenly we're seeing a bit of a resurgence of that style. And I don't know if it's particularly because of DRG, but that's kind of where I saw it come back.
Yeah, and being such like an older player or a more acquired player in the earlier stages of StarCraft, like he's definitely made a name for himself with these types of styles, and kind of like even back then he was like gatewaying into the new metas and trying to figure out all the new stuff. Yeah,
for sure. All right, so I guess it's clear which one I'm introducing and which one you are introducing. In the top right side, we have ourselves a Freaka Freaks Blue Zerg. He is DRG. And why is he also on Team GP here? What's this about? Did I not hear something? I don't know.
Not actually sure. Yeah, but anyways, in the bottom left-hand side of the map, we've got DPG Kier.
Alright.
So it looks like the standard game coming out of both of them.
Lovely. That gives me a moment to hop onto Liquipedia here and look up DRG. Did he switch teams, is what I'm wondering. I don't think... No, he's still on Freaka Freaks.
So I think he plays... I think he's on Afrika, but I think he plays for Clan GP in some of the Chinese leagues, if I'm not mistaken.
That makes sense.
I'm not sure if Afrika has their own team. I don't think they do, though.
He's playing the mercenary card.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong though, because I don't follow the Chinese team league super close. Just enough to see Estrella popping off.
I'll correct you, all right? That's
okay.
I don't have a clue either, honestly.
Okay.
Maybe somebody in the chat knows, but somebody that is a dedicated Wardy TV viewer. More so than I. Alright, a little bit of skedaddling here with this Reaper. Shouldn't get too much done though. Yep, there we go.
Yeah, just some damage on a drone, and that's all.
Yeah, he'll be fine. Just
so
a bit of blood.
One of the things, like one of the small things the Korean players have been doing a lot recently is they've been injecting with their natural queen instead of spreading creep with it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of an interesting change. Like, I know some of the Zergs, like Dark, would go like 6-ling, and then they try to get the creep tumor down. But like Rogue and DRG in particular have been going for just like make more drones and get less creep spread.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting to see all these like really small changes between the players and just how they like what they prioritize. Like, because for example, like DRG seems to prioritize just like more economy and quicker units.
Okay, Sushi just told us as well. DRG is not playing for Team GP in any team league. He's just casually in their community clan. All right.
Okay.
All right. Just has a couple of friends there. So, coming back to either injecting or getting that creep tumor on the ground. But I mean, I'm pretty sure you've played against both. Is there a significant difference? Would you say you'd prefer playing against one rather than the other?
So typically the people that spread creep are, I don't want to say like better, but it feels like they have more control of the game.
I see.
Or like they're looking to control the game more so.
Just more awareness is created by it, of course.
Yeah. Because like injecting is like a lot safer play, so you're not really trying to be as aggressive.
I see. I see.
Looks like this game DRG is going to go for 2 evos before Lair. So he's going to be playing really Wing Bane heavy.
He got a pretty good scout off there. He kind of got the tail end of that command center going down as well. I'm not sure how well he knows the little graphics, but he can just kind of see the box before it's really deployed. Alright, we do have a bit of Zergling Hellion action in the middle as well here. Can those queens get there in time? Block it! Okay, well, it did stop moving there for a moment.
So the build Cure opted to go for this game is a very aggressive build, and so far I feel like DRG has done a really good job of dealing with it. Like, you really want to kill like 10 or so drones with this, like minimum.
With this
just because your production's so late.
Yeah. Wait, a Liberator died as well already.
Yeah, so he opted for 2 Liberators. We got the aliens on him.
Oh yeah, the other Liberator in the top. Still no damage here really being dealt. There is a Spore Crawler. Oh, that is unfortunate. Spore Crawler right underneath.
Yeah.
That happened to the other one as well. No, okay. That's good. Just one. So two drones. And everything goes down.
Really well done by DRG.
Yeah, just a good amount of queens and good amount of links. More than enough. Now he is on 61 drones here as well. There is a quick third command center for Cure though. So, I mean, would you say that that is still a possibility for him to kind of catch up now with this, but without doing the damage?
So the thing is when you lose your Hellions like this, you can't really make a strong push that's able to cancel the 4th. So DRG, like, by killing the Hellions and the Liberators, he has so much control of the game. And, like, even with the Lings here, like, he's got entire map control, he's got the towers now, he's got his Overlords in position, he's got Lings out on the map checking for bases and such. And it's just a very good position for DRG to be in, especially with his 1-1 being so quick.
Alright, so would you say that then Cure should look into some alternative, maybe do some drop play or try something else before the Mutalisks are out on the field? Maybe just macro up.
Yeah, so typically, like, when stuff like this happens, you just kind of want to push your Marines down, like, one side of the map, kind of like he's doing. And then you just kind of, with your, like, 3rd and 4th medevacs, then you want to start, like, dropping the top side. And you're just kind of playing, like, a creep shenanigan, more so than actually trying to win the game with, like, a very quick timing.
Yeah, so just deny the creep, try to get some poke damage wherever you can. And, oh, he actually is moving still out on the field here with a good amount of siege tanks, so He's gonna go what looks like to be a straight frontal push. Now, maybe DRG wasn't really expecting this. His army supply not all that great. Baneling speed is almost done. But could we get a potential engagement before that finishes?
Yeah, this is pretty interesting. So it looks like he still wants to hit his 1-1 timing. But with the creep so far pushed forward, I don't actually know how much he'll be able to get done. But it is Cure we're talking about, right?
Yeah, that's right. If anyone can do it, it's gonna be Cure. Alright, trying to just clean up that creep right now. The siege tank on the bottom side. I'm a bit worried as well with this siege tank on the ramp. It's gonna be difficult for those marines to really retreat back up there, but looks like he's gonna be okay. Can always pick up into those medevacs, of course, as well. An infestation pit coming out. Actually, this is a bit unorthodox for DRG, I'd say. Big surrounds being set up at the backside as well. Oh my. Okay, yeah, I think this is gonna get cleaned up relatively easily. Needs to no spreading on those marines. Reinforcements is coming in though, so he's not giving up quite yet, and this might be enough. Nice targeting there on the banelings.
I really wish DRG had waited for 2-2 for that. Like, I know Kira was sending reinforcements down the map, and it was getting a little dicey with the script spread being so far pushed back.
Mm-hmm.
But he took a really unnecessary fight before 2-2, I believe. Because now his 2-2 is going to be done, but he doesn't really have banelings to account for it.
Ooh, good targeting on those banelings. And GG.
Yeah, really well done back here.
Alright, so yeah. Maybe
that
to your point.
That was actually crazy.
Yeah, maybe to your point, like you said, Kure just not in a good position after not dealing the damage there. And then the push, usually a lot weaker, won't be able to accomplish as much. Maybe DRG just kind of felt the same way, right? On the same wavelength, and was just like, why would I invest so much in banelings right now if it's just unlikely that something like that will succeed?
Yeah, especially since it's kind of interesting because he went like really fast 80 drones. He got his infestation pay, he got 2-2, he got really quick hive, but then he just wasn't able to keep up with that unit count like you were saying.
Yeah. It was a nice surround though. That I gotta commend him for that one. But yeah, the reinforcements just absolutely destroying, and it was cool to see as well for Cure that, you know what, sometimes you see players when they are being attacked like that, even with the reinforcements coming in, still picking up their units and then moving away without, you know, just fighting there, standing his ground. He wouldn't have cleaned up the Zerglings as nicely, right? They would have retreated with a ton, more banelings would have been produced, and then the reinforcements won't be able to get as much done either. So, you know what, it was nicely done there by Cure, keeping his head cool. And, well, yeah. As well, another thing actually I want to point out, that reinforcements got there, like, I mean, how many seconds later do you think that they could have gotten there and still worked out like that?
Yeah, honestly, like, if DRG had just, like, managed to pick off those tanks and, like, save the majority of his Ling Bane, it would have been gone way different, I think. But, like, he had the Marines and the tanks there just, like, 2 to 3 seconds, like, earlier than I think DRG was expecting, and he was just able to clean up the rest of his army with it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nuts. Alright, guys, for anyone that is unaware, we are casting the into the ITaX Hot Streak. It's a King of the Hill tournament. Instead of just a single match, though, we have every player do a best of 3. Every best of 3 they win, they will get a bit of money. And then if they keep going, they'll just keep getting more money, of course. In the end, we'll ramp up the price overall a little bit. And it will be a best of 5 as well, as the final match. So keep that in mind. It's been a while since we had the hot streaks going, actually. Mostly because of other tournaments happening as well. But, you know, it's always fun. It's always fun to see. This is the 4th one we're doing right now. And I'm just checking to see, actually. I'm always hoping that we continue onwards with the... Alright, yeah, Cure actually was the King of the Hill in the previous one. So, you know what? Mission accomplished once again. We have the previous champion, the king, back on his throne again.
Yeah, Kier's such a strong player that he's able to, you know, win these things, like, consistently, I feel.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah, he just always really impresses me. Well, this game looks like it's off to an interesting start already.
Especially in online cups, right?
Yeah, for sure. Well, like, that even started carrying over more into lands and such with him doing so well in the recent GSL season.
Now, do you think that is just nerves? Mostly nerves? Could it be something else?
With the finals having happened, or with this 2x going?
No, just overall, overall with like the online translation into offline.
Yeah. He's always had a huge problem with nerves, and I think he's said it before, but he's a very emotional player. Yeah. So he really tries his hardest, and he really puts a lot into everything.
Okay, well, let me quickly give a shout out to my man in the bottom left side, the Red Zerg. He's Freaka Freaks DRG.
And then in the top right hand side of the map, we have the Blue Terran DPG Kier.
It's also a little bit on the middle left side here. Some SCVs got lost and building themselves a little home out in the woods.
Yeah, this is good where Kier's gonna take his natural, I believe.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
It's like these SCVs, they're just playing a little survival game somewhere.
They got kicked out of the normal base camp, and they have to go and make their way on their own.
Reminds me a little bit of, I don't know if you know the game, but I was playing The Forest recently with a buddy of mine. It kind of reminds me of this, just two SCV buddies just building a fortress out in the woods. Right, of course, they don't stay around for too long. They're just going to go try to end this pretty quickly. Now, we don't have a Overlord right here to scout. He did send another drone, though, but... This is,
well, I think that drone was intended for the third base, even. DRG is completely blindsided by this.
Alright. Now, what is going to be his response here? He doesn't quite know yet how many barracks there are. I'm not seeing any drones being pulled just quite yet. Just stacking up on those links. I'm not sure if this is still a salvageable situation now with that bunker finishing up.
Yeah, this is really, really scary for DRG. Like, he's going to try to take a proxy hatch, but, like, you know, well, it's not really a proxy hatch, but, like, he's just going to try to play it out as a macro game, it looks like. But it's just so tough to play this position as DRG.
Yeah, for sure. Now, we're not having any type of command center, of course, secure either yet, but
looks like
didn't have as much investment.
Gonna try to bane us as a follow-up.
Oh my! So he probably this hatchery is just here for the larvae then, right?
Mm-hmm. He's just gonna make a bunch of lings, try to get speed, and that queen. So Kier gets the hatch, and now he's gonna try to break the bunkers. Oh no, he just runs right past.
Interesting. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Kind of makes sense in a way, right?
Yeah, it does. Like, it's kind of nice killing the Marines because then your reinforcements don't have to run past the bunkers still.
Yeah. You think that was a reaction to him kind of whiffing, in a way, the initial engagement? I thought he wanted to go together with the larvae, but then, of course, well, we saw what happened. The Kier just stopped targeting the hatchery. And instantly targeted all the queens.
I think he wanted to time it out with speed and his queens, but it just didn't seem to time out properly. And now he's going to try to bane bust.
A single... Well, there's two Hellions available right here. Let's see how well they will be microed, of course. Need to get us around on that one. That was a big shot already on those links right here. Banelings trying to get themselves on top of those SCVs. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. Cardio workout. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
There's still one more bandling. Like, Kier actually might be dead here. This is very, very scary.
Wow. Is this the end of the 2 racks? Is it? Is this the last time we'll see this work out?
But, maybe not. GG.
Wow.
Really well done by DRG.
Do you think Kier should have tried to do something more as that was happening with his with his Marines still on the other side of the map?
So I was watching Kier's camera as the banelings came up the ramp, and he actually looked at his bunkers and selected them. But he seemed like he wanted to maybe try something, but then just kind of was like, I need the micro, and then by the time he looked back, it was just kind of a little too late to do anything.
I was just expecting that he wouldn't be taking that much losses as long as his micro was on point there.
Yeah, I think he was honestly a little blindsided by DRG just running past, and like he had him Marine at home, he had a couple Hellions out, but it just wasn't quite enough.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's rough as well, right, in those types of situations to really decide as to what you're going to focus on a counter-attack, on just defending at home, where you're going to invest the APMs. Right, game number 3, Devora. We're going to have 3 games on our hands with these boys. Lovely.
I honestly wonder what's going to happen in this game, because I feel like Cure is very, very confident in his T-Rex, and losing a game like that is kind of shakes you up a bit.
Yeah, it's rough because
especially with it going so well, right? Like,
yeah, you're like, all right, I got this easy. The hatch is dead. No problem.
Like, I only invested 2 bunkers. I didn't even lose anything. I killed the hatchery. Like, this is perfect. Like, you can't really ask for a better T-Rex, right?
Yeah,
you know, maybe they call their drones and you kill all their drones, but you know,
it's that. Yeah, you know, I can't ask for everything. This was as close to a perfect T-Rex as you could get it, and then of course that counter, it was brutal. It makes me wonder how often DRG already tried something like this, or if that was just a spur of the moment thing. He must have done this before, right, in some sort of ladder game.
Yeah, so this is a follow-up that a lot of their players actually like to do, especially when they're more blindsided by it, where they just kind of bank lings and then try to bane bust you.
Yeah.
But it's usually pretty easy to read as the Terran, I feel.
Also, often you see them first busting the bunkers down then, right? At the front
door.
Yeah,
exactly. Like, usually they try to... Well, so, for example, you know how, like, Zen has, like, 2 entrances to the natural?
Yes.
Or, you know, last season map pool, but, anyway. But, so the common, like, reaction there was you, like, wall off with bunkers, and Zerg can't really do anything, but then they can just send the lings out the other way. Since there are 2 entrances. And because of that, typically, bane busting is more common, but in this particular game, it was, you know, he had the bunkers, and you know, all the lings had to run past them. I just don't think Kira was completely expecting it strategically.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. But you know what? That just means we're gonna go into game number 3.
Perfect. More games, the better.
Exactly. Reading my mind. All right, now, I mean, let's see if he gets to dethrone the king this time around. Will he be able to take this seat on top of the hill? He's the blue Zerg from Freak of Freaks. He is DRG.
And then, in the top left-hand side of the map, we have the red Terran, DPG Cure. Looks like no more shenanigans this game.
Yep, he's like, the straight-up game works a little bit better than the other one.
It's honestly so weird seeing a T-Rex lose.
Yeah.
Like, it just never happens. Like, I know it's a meme, but, like, I feel like the top Terrans in tournaments just don't actually lose with it. Like, even when Maru gets, like, set behind, it'll be down, like, 5-10 workers or so, he still comes out and wins the game anyway. So it's just it's just kind of strange, you know, like.
I love seeing this overlords in the middle.
Yeah, they're so fast, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it's interesting because DRG was actually microing it to have it go through the speed zones like as much as possible.
Yeah, I think you're right. Trying to go through all 3 of them. Get there a little bit quicker. You kind of need to, as there's no real pillar close by, so you have a long way to move backwards as well. After
because you have to see the CC, right? Like,
yeah.
Who knows what the Terran could be doing if they don't have a CC there?
I'm not quite sure. He is moving towards the pillar right now.
He might just be fairly confident, especially seeing the SCV scout.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that makes sense. I'm just gonna see the Reaper now as well. I guess that is also a little bit of a tell there. Sending
It'd be
Neat
interesting
down
to
the
see like a 3x Reaper or something along those lines here, though. Just because you don't have the ability to put your Overlord all the way up. You might be able to blindside the Zerg a bit.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, it's fallen out of meta, but it's still shown and seems decent sometimes.
And you got some reasonable areas as well to jump up and down here, right? You don't have a cliff on the natural, so that kind of works out for you as well in this situation. Yeah, you know what? I'd say give it a go.
So it looks like he's going for the creep team this game. It's actually interesting. He's changing things up.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, wasn't even. This is why I need you here, Cuddle. This is why. I'm just trying to come up with silly jokes, and yours. It's like this is actually happening in the game. All right, yeah. Going for a second creep team here as well.
Kier's making a second Marine too. I wonder if this is BC build.
Trying to deny some Overlord scouting, are we? I mean, we'll see in a moment, right? The starboards right now. It's a Liberator. Interesting. Did he make in game number 1 as well more Marines? Do you remember? Or
I wasn't paying super close attention that game to Kier. But he's going for the tech lab. Typically when you make 2 Marines like this, you're trying to snipe an Overlord.
A bit late with those Hellions there.
Yeah. The Lings are really good, though, especially this Ling getting a full scout off. Because now he knows he's the Liberator. And with the Roachborn already, like, most of the way done, like, he's got to be feeling pretty confident with his build.
Yeah. I think you're right.
He should start, like, 8 Roaches or so now. Yeah.
4 Roaches right here.
So he's a little supply blocked, but...
Now, do you think he needs to get aggressive with those Roaches as well? Or
yeah. So upon saying that there's no tech lab on the starport, you're fairly confident it's either Viking or Liberator. And you don't, in both cases, like, just rallying Roaches across the map is very, very, like, potent.
Yeah, especially if you make them into Ravagers, I suppose, right? Against those Liberators. Should be good. Oh my god, those Lings are quick.
Kier's actually in a lot of trouble here. Like, he went 8 Hellion, 2 Liberator this game. Like, he's gonna try to start a tech lab on his factory now, but this is gonna hit so fast. Like, yeah, Kier's starting bunkers now, but I think it might be too late. Like, this is scary.
Doesn't have that much bio either, really, to put into the bunkers. But it's, you know, the Roach Revenge is coming in right here. That Liberator as well, being pulled backwards now, trying to move himself back into a defensive position. Ravagers here in the production. Watch out for those Lings. Don't want to get barbecued too quickly.
So he's got to move the Liberator now. But he bought enough time to get the bunkers up. So he probably won't die to this, especially with the tank almost coming out. But this is a lot of damage. Like, his third season, he's not quite done. And he's going to lose the depots, and he's not going to be able to produce anything for a bit.
So you might lose a couple SCVs here as well, right? If his micro's not all the way there, gets the Liberator as well, it looks like. There go the SCVs. There's no vision on the high grounds.
Yeah. So he actually made a ton of Lings behind this. So he's way more committed than he needed to be. Like, he's still down in workers, and he's still making Lings.
Okay,
Losing the tank is a big deal, though.
Yep. Getting that Overlord there. Clutch moments. I love that he was... I don't know where that Overlord came from, but it felt like he was just hiding somewhere, being like, alright, if there is a tank, then this guy will come into play and I'll be good. Man, there's just so many SCVs.
Oh, the bunker lives! Oh, that was so close. Okay, so DRG's now droning, so...
He has to, yeah.
Yeah, but he's up 10 workers. So it's actually, you know, like... Kier's got 3 racks, but there's no eBays in sight. DRG starts his lair.
I guess Kier does have that 3rd command center, but, I mean...
It is looking rough for him, I have to say. But it's... I think he can still pull something out of his hat.
I mean, this is reminiscent of game 1, right? It's looking really rough for Kier. Kier wins!
Well, he is still Kier, you know? You can't forget that. This actually looks like it's going to be a muta build.
Oh, finally.
With him taking the gases so quick.
Finally, I've been hyping up the mutas, and then he just doesn't go mutas.
Well, game 2 ended rather quickly.
That is true, yeah. That would have been impressive if Mutas came into play there.
Banelings walk in, next thing you know, Mutas are flying.
Suddenly 10 Mutas. DRG, he just has unlocked a special perk. He starts with 10 Mutalisk at the start of the game.
He's getting missile attack. Oh, he's gonna try to roach bust him.
What?
Interesting.
But my Mutalisk.
DRG.
No. Oh, there's it. There. Okay, we still have it. Spire. Roach Spire. Alright.
Can't help but feel a little caster cursed.
No. It's happening, man. It's happening. Don't worry about it.
Getting missile attacks though is really interesting. So because typically you just want to get banelings out as quickly as possible. But he's going to be committing a lot more to the roaches here.
Yeah, I mean roaches do alright against marines as well, but it's just less fun. Just less fun overall.
Yeah, it's a little tough though because DRG is obviously banking a lot of gas for his Muta switch. But there's so many tanks already in play that going to roaches is a little tricky. So we do see the Baneness starting though.
Yeah. It's interesting. It might just be a response as to try and deal with the medevacs in a way. Because the Baneling Nest wouldn't be done in time, and he's like, alright, well, let me just make roaches to deal with any type of medevac harassments. And then I'll go into the Banelings. But then to still get the +1/+1 does seem a bit odd to me.
Yeah, he might have been really worried about just like a tank push. And there might be the counterattack potential if something along those lines were to happen. But we do see 14 mutas coming out now. And I don't think Kier's ready for this.
Does get a good amount of roaches there on the top right. The bottom left side, those medevacs, you know, they got a little bit less fortunate trade.
He is doing a great job of clearing creeps though.
Yeah, for sure.
But these mutas, they're flying straight through the middle of the map, and he just hasn't seen them yet at all. So
no missile turret stage.
He's gonna take a lot of damage here, I think.
How many marines right now? There's a single missile turret in the middle of those marines, but I mean that's about it. I mean,
he doesn't even have as many marines as mutas here though.
Yeah. Okay, what would you target as DRG here? Just the SCVs, probably, right?
Yep. You just want to keep bouncing between the bases. As many SCVs as you can.
I'm wondering because just killing off a couple reactors here as well, right? It's stifle the marine production. Now on its own could be pretty good too. But I mean, jeez Louise! 3 tanks gone. Yeah. Some wealth SCVs out of there.
And we already see the 12 SCVs and the tanks going down, and there's 50 supply deficit now. And losing his drops when they're coming back. This is just really rough for Kier.
It's you know, I don't mean this in a bad way, but it's funny to me how like I'm getting more excited as you're getting less excited about it. It's like, oh, look at this! It's like, things are dying, and you're like, yeah, this is looking really rough right now.
Okay, as Kier's biggest fan, it does hurt my heart a little. Like,
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
But,
I'm a big DRG fan. That's the only reason why.
Oh, I see. We're a little at-odds here then, aren't we?
Yeah, yep. Okay, 4th base of Kier is attempting to be secured here, but looking at the supplies, that is telling a unfortunate tale here. Oh boy. Okay, won't get that, but does pull those marines out of position here. Might go in with a big circling attack. No, okay. Plays it cool, plays it safe. He's gonna go up to Hive Tech, gets himself more banelings and some more upgrades here as well.
So Kier's forced into a very defensive position for a lot of this game, and I think his main goal, his plan right now is obviously to get Widow Mines out and try to start taking really good trades. But this attack is going to be very scary and hard to deal, especially with this tank's opposition.
Yeah. All right. Well, this is why you wanted all those tanks alive, and this could be the end right here. The Marines a bit too far in front, the Marauders in the back, not tanking the Banelings as you necessarily want to, but even then, I'm not quite sure how this would have worked out. There is a planetary and some missile turrets, but yeah, that's GG. Nothing much you can do from that situation.
Really well done by DRG, though.
Yeah, that was.
That game was pretty flawless. Like he got the proper information, he reacted accordingly, he acted confidently with his build, and it just all around went really well.
Yep. Yep. That means we're gonna have DRG versus the next up and coming player, which is, I believe, Patience. I'm pretty sure it's Patience. It used to be Zest. Unfortunately, Zest couldn't make it, so we had to replace him here. You know what? You snooze, you lose. Also, guys, remember to check out the Metrorino page if you haven't already. There is a Metrorino page, and if you get on top of that, you will be able to fill it out. Let me actually show you guys real quick. Just type !Metrorino in the chat, just like that, and that should bring you to these web pages right here. Now, there are 2 of them. Yes, that is no mistake. The first one is for sets 1 to 3, so those are the first 3 matches we're going to be seeing here. Adding in the coupon codes. Oh, let me log in first, of course. I am a professional, after all. There we go. And voila, that's the first code. Let's see if I can just refresh this right now and then be logged in here as well. Yeah, there you go. You see? I am a professional, after all. Okay, and contribute. Put that coupon code in here. Of course, it's not the same one. This one is 19 instead of 18. And voila, that is just 50 cents added to the overall prize pool. Any help there would be very much appreciated, guys. And also, I'm gonna quickly send us off to a bit of a commercial break here. So if you don't have that disabled in some magical way through the ad blockers, we'll see you in a bit. All right, see you in a bit. All right, so Cuddle. You want to hang around for DRG versus Patience, or
ZVP?
How bumped out are you?
I think we'll do one more series.
One more series, okay. Okay, do we have? We don't have another Terran on the way, do we? Oh, hold up, let me.
No, I don't believe so.
Unfortunate.
I think it's Patience, Creator, Armani, Solar, right?
Yeah.
Not in that order, but.
Yep. I guess they were really expecting Cure to carry on through.
I mean, frankly, I thought he would too.
Yeah.
Like, I hate to say it, but he's in a bit of a slump right now, I think.
Maybe.
Like,
you think just
even when he was
the finals just kind of bummed him out in a way?
Like, well, I think even before then, like he lost TSL 1-3 to Inno, and he was kind of looking shaky already. And then he managed to actually beat Inno in GSL, and that was pretty impressive, I have to say. But they kind of go back and forth the series, so
yeah. It didn't feel like a convincing series in a way, you know?
No, it looked more like they're both trying to throw really hard. I don't know. It was a weird series, to be honest.
I agree.
But like watching that series, I was like, I think Tier's just really, really nervous. And going to the finals, I wasn't too sure how he would do, and I was actually really hoping he would, come out of his slump a bit and like pull back. But alas, I was mistaken.
We got some fun maps though. Changing subjects casually. Death Aura once again. Ice and Chrome. What do you think about Ice and Chrome? What's your opinion on that one?
What is that Patience map pick? I need to see.
I don't even know.
No, it's actually DRG's.
I love it.
Interesting.
I love it. Makes sense. Mutaling Baneling play. That's what you want.
Hey,
big map.
I actually really like it as a pros map for PvZ.
Why?
So I'm a little surprised that that was DRG's pick, especially over Everdream. Because I feel like Everdream is actually a pretty decent Zerg map. There's a lot of really strong all-ins on that map in particular. I'm sure you've seen the Rich Vespian Ravager all-in there. And I actually don't know if I've seen it lose very often. So if this goes to 3 games, though, I think that's definitely something to look out for. Something I'd be interested in seeing.
On Everdream, you mean, with the Rich Vespian?
You know the what? With like the 4th base in the middle.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I know Everdream. If that's the one.
Yeah.
You know this map as well. It has 4 rich Vespian geysers in total. I saw Rotterdam
Really?
and
Where?
Lembo. It has in the middle. They both have 2 rich Vespian geysers. I saw Rotterdam and Lembo kind of talk about this, where how you could potentially get yourself to an insane amount of Mutalisk if you take both those bases. Just ramp it up.
One of my friends has this. He really likes to play like 2 Spire and get like double upgrades on his mutas. But he only plays this type of style on maps where there are a lot of rich Vespians like this, and you can actually just make so many mutas. It's ridiculous.
Nope.
Because if you take both of them, that's it's 8 gas per
yep.
trip, so that's like 32 gas, and it's a muta like every like 10 seconds or so.
Yeah.
It's absolutely crazy.
It's like instead of mining from 2 bases, you're mining from 4 gas.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So here we are. We have arrived for the second best of 3 here. Let's take a look. Right now we have in the bottom right side the new challenger. Will he be able to take victory here over his opponent? He's the blue Protoss. Team LP Patience.
And on the top left-hand side of the map, we have Freaks DRG. I'm interested to see how DRG will play out the series. I feel like these 2 players are very, very even in skill.
Yeah.
Oh, that probe. It's so fast.
I might be biased, but I feel like DRG is just a little bit higher up on the ranking right now. But also this could be because I recently saw Patience versus Innovation, best of 9, and I'm still having nightmares. I'm still just shivering thinking about it. Jeez, man. Innovation just didn't give him a single chance there. It was a 5-1 victory for Inno.
I feel like that's kind of expected, though, because I do feel like Inno is the strongest Terran right now.
Especially for Protoss.
Yeah, and he seems to, like, versus Zerg, I would say it's between maybe Maru and Clem. Clem has been showing remarkable TVZ, especially, well, over the last couple months. Maybe not so much recently, but he did best Cyril, and he did beat Raynor quite frequently, and you know, he's just quite a fantastic player.
Yeah, we just don't get to see Maru versus Cyril enough, do we?
No,
we would be
really
able to tell a lot better if what's up.
We don't get to see Cyril actually play a whole lot.
That's true, actually.
And Maru, actually. You know?
And, yeah.
Kind of hard to find the 2 in the same room.
I would love to cast Cyril. He's still one of those players that I've never gotten to cast because he just doesn't do online cups. Except for Home Story and stuff like that. ESL now, I suppose, but other than that, not really a lot happening. And our manager, Sushi, actually is like, you know what, you should be happy about that. He would just come in, win everything, and be boring as as it can get.
Yeah, true. We'd have to, like, have tournaments that are, like, invite only, and then just intentionally not invite Cyril, right? Just so someone else can play.
Pretty much. Alright. Well, what is happening so far? We are having a Stargate from Patience right here. We've prolonged the talking for long enough that now actual tech route choices are being made.
People are making choices in the game, finally, that aren't...
And aren't like, okay, yes, we've seen this a thousand times.
It's really well done, like, very, very impressive.
What's this? Oh, a hatchery, I see.
Oh, what's that? 15, 16, 17 hatch. One of them.
What? No.
Overlord speed's also very interesting, though. Like, some Zergs really like it. Some Zergs, you know, they'll never make it in any game.
Yeah. True.
It's definitely become more of a thing in ZVP, and I actually really like it on this map where it's so hard to get that Overlord in just because there's not a really good Overlord perch.
For sure. Now, I feel like there is already a little bit of a semi-safe way for Zergs to kind of do this, or, well, not scout, but just kind of play against Protoss, where, you know what, they get the spores, they kind of prep for the adept pressure, and usually they're okay against most things. There's just a couple of things that trouble me sometimes, but...
So he sees the Oracle flying out.
Yeah.
And he starts spores instantly, but it's... They might not be done quite in time, so you might be able to find a drone or two if he goes straight in, but it looks like he's going to try to find his way around.
It's like I'm gonna be sneaky. I'm gonna move around over here. Yeah, he'll never expect it. And then there's a gazillion queens everywhere.
Actually, though, this is like any damage you do to the Oracle is actually like really big.
Yeah, denying the damage from the Oracle, right? Is what you.
Well, denying it, but also doing it because like he took a little bit of hull damage. I mean.
Oh yeah.
It makes it a lot harder to fly back in later.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. They are still they're still a very potent unit overall. You can definitely make use of them very easily. Just kind of, you know, for the scouting, it's really one of the main tools for stealth detection for the Protoss in the later game.
Yeah.
I mean, observers are nice, but Oracle's a bit easier, right?
Especially for the Oracle change, right? With Revelation only being 25 energy, but not less than Protoss long. Definitely, like I've seen some Protoss players using them more frequently to clear creep and such. And
yeah,
it's kind of interesting to see. They're kind of like creep supers.
yeah. The creep doom is also, they take more damage from stuff like the depths now as well, right? So.
Oh yes, I actually forgot about that change. That's correct.
So that's another reason why it's easier now to clear up that creep. And yeah, we have been seeing that taking place. So, you know what, design changes in the balance working out as intended in that sense.
For sure. It's actually this particular game, seeing patients go robo before Twilight's really.
Wait, this is a big all-in, isn't it?
I mean, he's making a lot of roaches and lings in no fourth base.
Yeah.
So kind of looking like that is actually a lot of sentry stuff.
What's in there? He's lost his mind. What's he doing? Okay, well, he kills off a lot of sentries here, actually.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's 4 sentries.
But and the batteries are gonna be done in time. But this is a lot of Zerg, especially with the queens.
The queens are here as well. Yeah, look at that coming on through. Setting off the status traps right now with just a couple of links. He's making it work. Oh, the Ref just trying to run back to the queens here.
Actually picked off 2 of the Ravagers. That's actually really big. He has 4 sentries still and only like 3 force builds, but he may actually be able to hold.
He didn't really try to get rid of those force fields in the middle there, even though he did have the Ravagers. Maybe he didn't have the Biles or something. Just waiting out the overcharge right now, and then he will have the opportunity to go in again. I don't know why I still have that up. Alright, here we go. Big surround on that one Immortal right here, targeting that down immediately with a bunch of Biles. The Queen's helping out still as well. I don't think the OG is gonna do it here, Cuddle.
It's looking kind of close. The batteries are starting to run out. Well, they're only half out of energy or so, but yeah, it's looking rather rough for DRG. I would agree. Like, he starts a layer. I think he kind of knows.
He's also making more links, which is mixed messaging here.
Yeah. Oh, he gets another Immortal. Yeah, I don't think it's enough, though. Like, Patience has some probes. He's still got 6 batteries. Like, he got 2 sentries there.
Nice Biles, yeah.
Yeah, actually, pretty impressive. Like, it's really hard to properly get the surrounds and like kind of like force the Protoss to lose units.
Yeah.
If you want to say it that way.
Yeah, for sure.
So he starts this one melee in his main nest now. He's gonna try to macro out of this, but he just has so few drones.
Yeah, it's gonna be very rough for him to catch up here. I guess killing off the army units definitely helps out, but looking at the resources lost tab, he definitely lost quite a bit more than his opponents here.
And we see the Templar Archives now and extra gates. Patience is looking really comfortable in this thing.
Yep. Do you think he's gonna get aggressive with this after holding that so convincingly? Or?
So there's a timing he can hit before Bane speed is done. Like his 4 gates will finish up. He's got the prism out on the map. He could just possibly warp in like 8 Templar and make like 4 Archons and just go. But I think he's gonna play a bit more slow, to be honest. Yeah, he takes a 4th base now.
Because like in the eyes of DRG right here, right, you need to make the choice to well, most likely just drone up like crazy, right, after the field attack.
Yeah, looks like that's definitely the option he's going for.
Yeah. So then, you know what? If Patience kind of reads into that situation in a way, you can either decide, alright, I can mech her up myself, or I can try to just go across the map and force him to keep making army units instead of those drones and maintain the overall worker lead. If that makes sense.
I'm interested to see what Patience wants to do with this. I think he might be gearing up for like a +2 timing or so, but it's gonna be so late. I feel that DRG is gonna like be maxed out, have a lot of banelings, be pretty comfortable in the game.
1+1 finishing up here. Bailing speed is coming in now. As you said, that is kind of the timing he was, you know, it could have taken advantage of. It's out of the picture now, no longer a possibility. And he did kind of just poke in there, right? Kind of showed his head, made it look like he was coming in for an attack. And I feel like that would have been nice to see that a little bit earlier on, because now we already have DRG back to 77 drones, right? He managed to get back up to that good number before really any type of poking happened. So he felt comfortable to not really make that many units and just keep on droning for a long time.
Yeah, the main thing that Patience has going for him is that DRG's hive is so late. So there's not really any chance of there being brute before Patience max out. And because of that, he actually, you know, he's moving out now, but I actually feel like this might be a rather potent timing. Because maxed out Protoss is very, very scary.
It is absolutely horrifying. For any type of race, even for the Protoss, it's scary if in a PvP.
PvP, it's terrifying, yes.
And it's like, oh god, he's maxed, isn't he? It's coming. This is an interesting little weapon on the top right as well. We'll be able to force a lot of those units to the top right, but on the bottom left we also have a massive amount of Zerglings just kind of waiting, lurking in the shadows. There's not that many defensive structures here for Patience, and this is something you see a lot from Protoss, of course, just throwing down cannons and batteries like crazy on those types of expansions.
Yeah, he seems to be fairly concerned about counterattack, though. Like, especially with how his army's positioned. And
yeah.
I feel like he thinks that he has a timing, but he's just so scared to move out. Because he keeps warping it, he's getting more Archons, you know. Never can really go wrong with that, especially with Banelings being the forefront of DRG's army. But this counterattack just looks like it might be so potent to Patience.
I think Patience forgot about those zealots on the left side of the map as well, by the way.
Yeah, they've just been kind of lingering there for a while.
Oh, big engagement here, though. The Storm's working out all right, and this is still a very terrifying army here for the Protoss. Let's see how well he does with his splits here. You know
actually
what?
really good splits. Like his Storms were zoning out fairly decently, but I feel like DRG just may have actually invested too much into this counterattack. He's going to get this whole mineral up, but this is
massive,
really big. This is crazy.
Sometimes I just gotta screw a little bit, seeing those types of workers dying off. Oh, nice pickup on those side Templar there. Status Trap actually working out pretty good as well, but the Banelings, they're still rolling on in. I think it's just too much Zerg right now for Patience to handle anymore. And, I mean, DRG, I don't know how he does it, but just feeling like he was in a bad position there after the initial fights that we saw on the Patience side of the map. Comes back in.
Let's seeing all the Archons and Immortals go down.
Yep.
We'll look at him for Patience as it goes on.
Oh, more Zealots though. Banelings hitting nicely there. Alright, well.
This fight's actually kind of close. But like DRG just has money and Patience doesn't, so.
Yeah, and with the amount of damage that DRG did, like, Patience needs to go off 2 bases here, I feel like. I don't think there's anything else he can get away with less. We're so close to the reinforcing point of DRG here. He just needs to hold on. He's bringing his queens out as well. You know what?
He's actually denying mining on the 5th. He's killed quite a few drones himself, and he has probed up a bit again. Oh, this counterattack, though, is very, very good.
Again. Yeah.
Yeah, DRG is just killing him with his counterattacks there.
Coming in on that 5th base as well. Recall being forced.
I don't know if it's such a tough call for patience though, right? He goes home, he loses, he tries to keep fighting, he maybe like loses his army, and
Yeah.
it's just there's not really a good call for patience. It kind of feels like
For sure. I mean, like we can see that the worker count as well, right? And he has no idea, so. I mean, I guess
his army comp is still actually pretty good.
Sorry, what is pretty good?
His army comp is, you know, like he got rid of most of the banelings of DRG. Most of DRG's army is Lings now at this point. And Lings, you know, obviously they're not bad, but they don't really take down Archons or High Templars super well.
No, neither do Banelings. Jeez Louise. Take care of those green babies of yours, DRG. Patience knows that this base has lost all its probes, right? Because it's been sitting empty for a while now.
I think maybe he doesn't.
Yeah, I don't think he does.
It's kind of weird to be saturating his 5th base over that one.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a wall just there to defend it.
Yeah, it's like the only base he has that actually has like stacked defense, right?
Yeah. Would be great, even just getting the gas and then a couple of units on the minerals, but it's just not happening so far.
I would like to see him probe up quite a bit more before the broods come out, but I just don't feel like he has the timing before broods come out at this point. So he has to try to tech into, I don't know, like Stargate units.
Yeah.
Very, very, very tough position.
He does have the fleet beacon. He doesn't have extra added in Stargates though, as far as I'm aware. Yeah, it's just a single one. Mothership core is on the way, so you know what, people love to hate on that one, but it can no longer be abducted, right? So
that is true.
I mean, maybe it's good now. Who knows?
There's so many corruptors already in play though. That's kind of be a little concerned. Greater Spare is finishing up. I wonder if he's gonna just try to make like 8 broods or so and just go for it.
Wait, how do these corruptors know about this warp prism? Okay, they don't. I'm like, what?
He's flying around. He sees the zealots here. No?
Yeah, he's just scouting.
Yeah,
it's very cool to see.
I think he just wants to make sure that there's no potential counterattacks when he finally decides to make the broods and march across the map.
That's very smart.
He does need to free up a bit of supply, though, in order to make them. We do see the extra Stargates coming down from Patience now. So, looks like it's going to start to going to, what do you think, Tempests or Carriers?
I'm kind of hoping carriers, because I don't know. I'm not a big Tempest fan myself.
Yeah, they seem kind of flimsy, don't they?
Yeah. And, well, I mean, he's like, oh wait, there's no probes here. Like, wait, what?
Base, giant base.
Oh, we're having a massive recall probably from the mothership here. It's coming in. It has... Does it have enough energy? Okay, that's enough energy. Now, here we go. Massive recall. What kind of army is coming in? It's just zealots. Alright, well.
This is what would be really nice to be able to do. DRG looks so confused.
I don't... Patience was the first person that was confused there. He's like, wait, what? Did he think he was gonna get more of his army there? I don't... It just...
I'm not sure. Like... There's definitely intent to do something there, but yeah. I'm not sure what that intent was, you know?
Maybe it's like, wait, well, you're already back at home? You're already here? He's remaking the Nexus, and now when there's no Nexus, he's got probes mining. Yeah, that's kind of funny too.
It's a little counterintuitive, isn't it?
Oh, man.
A lot of options here.
This is rough. We're seeing Banelings fighting Archons.
It's actually a pretty big deal, though, to be losing his Archon now.
Yeah.
Like, they're kind of like the one thing he had going for him was that he had so many Archons. Oh, he's gonna lose his base to Corrupted P.
Corrupted P. I mean, if you ever get stung by a jellyfish, don't ask a corrupted to pee on you, guys.
Yeah, true.
You know what? Things are kind of falling apart here. I feel like we kind of reached the point of a GG, but you know what? Patience still has a pretty reasonable army. Still, you know what? Has this opportunity perhaps to make something work, but
Yeah, but that's really all he has. But he no longer really has an economy to fall back on. He lost 30 more probes again. He's still managing to be around 100 army supply or so, but
oh dear. I guess we are seeing Banelings connecting to Archons over and over and over again. That is always a good way to throw a game.
There's only 5 more Banelings on the map.
Yep.
And he doesn't really have anything to deal with the High Templar now, so... And his bank is pretty much gone. This army is very, very scary.
Yeah, it is. It has nothing to fall back up upon, so... I mean, DRG really, all he has to do is make a force that can combat this, and the Brute Lords, that's pretty much it. I mean, he can even sacrifice, like, what? I feel like 3 bases at this moment in time.
Yeah, he's bringing the Brute Lords now, too, and once these 5 Brutes come out, it's going to be very, very hard for Patience to engage in anything.
Yep.
Because you don't really want to blink on top of the Zerg army. Maybe I'm wrong. I haven't.
No. Well, unless if they don't have Banelings, but I mean, all right, here we go. Massive storm though, but everything's clumped up, and the Banelings on the left. Banelings. The High Templar is still alive though.
Yeah, he doesn't really have anything to deal with the Brutes here once again though.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I've stopped believing this. It's no longer possible. Yeah, it looks like really the warping of one stock. So just like, quickly. Oh, right, that's right. I don't have money.
Yeah, there's so many lings here now. This is
GG.
Well, I have to say that was actually really well thought out by Patience.
Yep.
After losing 40 probes so early on, he actually managed to maybe, I don't know, he convinced me for a bit there that he actually might be able to do it.
Yeah, still had a good fight. I think also DRG kind of getting a little bit lackluster maybe with the control of his Banelings in the end there. Right, kind of feeling like, alright, I have this, it's done, it's over, no problem. And then suddenly, you know what, one of those Protoss armies just still kind of comes out of nowhere. And can ruin your day with a lot of momentum. But yeah, DRG backing up, being slow, patient, methodically, planning these next engagements and managing to carry it on through. It's funny how both those players kind of were prepping for the late game, and we didn't really see Brute Lords up until the very last moment, nor did we see Tempest or Carriers either. It's like...
Yeah, I think DRG was kind of sitting there and was like, you don't have an economy, so you've got to come kill me, right? Yep. And then Patience didn't really do anything. So I think DRG was just kind of confused. He was like, well, you don't really have, like, a late game. You don't really have an army. I don't really know what to do with my army, because all you have is an army, you know? Like,
yeah.
But I'm kind of excited for Game 2 now, because these two players actually seem pretty fairly evenly matched. But
yeah.
DRG obviously did look very, very good in that last game. Setting up so many potent counterattacks, not really taking any counter damage himself. Mothership was a little questionable.
Yeah, you know, that was just for show. That was good show.
Yeah.
Alright, guys, remember there is the Metrorino page as well. If you type !Metrorino, you will be able to support these players. There are 2 codes, in fact, that you will be able to use. So anyone that is, you know what, willing to give a couple of clicks, just copy and paste. And you'll be able to support StarCraft, as Cuddlebear puts it. It's a good way. And, you know what, us as well, of course. The more interaction we have on those types of pages, the more likely it will be that we have more sponsors. The more likely it will be we'll have more events. And stuff like that, you know. So that is very much appreciated. If you've already done that and you still want to help out more, there's also merchandise you can buy there. I believe the replay pack will also be on sale. And, of course, if you don't have anything for that, just tell your friends that we're live. We would very much appreciate that already as well. Just you know what, growing the community and growing our audience is it's a big deal for us. So will be very much appreciated.
It really goes a long way to help the tournament organizers.
Yep.
Tournament organizers, and also like the players themselves. Like, is people, you know, they're trying their hardest to make StarCraft as enjoyable and as great as possible, especially for viewers, and you know, it just goes a long way to show your support.
Spread the word. In the bottom left side of the map, we have ourselves a blue Protoss Team LP. Patience.
And top right hand side, we have a Freak of Freaks DRG. We'll see if he'll be able to close out this game, or, you know, Patience will be able to take it to game 3.
Ooh, yeah. I mean, that'd be some nice money, right? Doubling his price. Actually, I forgot exactly how much money they get every fight. Alright, so each match is worth 30 bucks, and each best of 5 is worth 50 bucks. So there's only a single best of 5, but still. That is
so we
kind
got
of the deal.
Nexus first coming out, Patience. Like, this doesn't happen very often, so, you know,
Wait, what?
This is really interesting.
What?
It's so cool to see Patience do this, because some of my like lower 5K like friends have been talking about how they really like Nexus first on this map.
Hmm.
And I don't know, it kind of like warms my heart to see it, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard for you to practice the PvZ meta on the high ranking.
Yeah, it's not really what I'm trying to innovate here.
Exactly.
You know?
But this is pretty cool, yeah. I mean, maybe you can take some inspirations. I don't know exactly how it would work out in TVZ, but it used to be a thing, right? Command center first.
Yeah, and I know players like Future have actually really been... He's actually created quite a few different builds off Command Center first, just because you have that extra money that you're able to put into, you know, maybe a second attack option, or, you know, just kind of have non-committal aggression more so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, makes sense. It is such a big map that it's gonna take ages for anything to get there.
Is this probe gonna proxy a Nexus? Like, this is really, really interesting. I actually think he's making 2 sentries. This is definitely gonna be a Nexus spawn, right?
What? What? Hidden bases?
Really, really interesting to see Patience.
He's doing everything here.
Wow. Wow. I wouldn't expect anything else out of Patience, honestly, though.
Gonna ask Inu for a translation of this talk that they're having. Meaningless joke, okay. Good enough. Sometimes he's just like, I'm afraid I'll get it wrong, and he doesn't want to translate. And there it is, yeah, there is that Nexus. Man, Patience are really showing some weird stuff here right now. I'm digging it, though. What about
I'm so confused right now.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting here thinking, like, you see Nexus first, and you see 2 sentries pop out of the gateways. Like, what are you thinking as DRG? You know?
I don't even know. I don't know. It's so, you know what?
Oh my word.
A forge? Is he gonna build cannons at the Broxy Nexus?
No, it's just for a really fast +1. Like, he's just playing so greedy. I think he wants to really, really fast, either +1 or +2 timing. Maybe it was just a lot of stalkers, you know, kind of Patience-esque style, but I'm not too sure. Like, I've never seen anything like this.
Seeing it here first, folk. Forge, not yet doing anything. Okay, now he makes it look like he wants to take that another base over there, right? That's well, it would be his 4th base. DOG kind of keeping tabs on that. Or is he? He hasn't spotted it quite yet, though, the pylon being warped in, but...
He's gonna take the tower.
Doesn't
it's
see.
So close. Like, barely can't see it.
Can't even see the gas there.
Yeah. So DRG's making roaches now. He seems like he's actually like really worried about something. But his Overlord's playing him in now. And he's just gonna see nothing.
This is the time where you're like, alright, maybe my opponent is just kind of bad. Who knows? Maybe... We've all had this thought, and then suddenly, out of nowhere, oh, quick force field.
because so the Overlord saw the entire main, right? But he hasn't seen behind the natural yet. So there might be a lot of gateways there.
Oh,
Because he has to have gone somewhere. It's not. He's just trying to figure out what it is. That's so many centuries.
Is this survivable for patience though? I mean, the Ravagers, the Lings. That third base, or the fourth base. Man, he's got me mixed up now as well. That's gonna have to be cancelled. You can't keep that up.
He starts his robo now. Dude, he has so many sentries. Is patience trolling us?
He said this is me, so.
I mean, he's not wrong. Like, I wouldn't really expect anything else out of him.
Huh.
Okay, maybe I would expect something else out of him. This is a little too creative.
Come on, come on. He's trying, right? He's microing hard. Yeah, but the links are just on top of the sentries now, and I mean, that's gonna be it. Probes have to be pulled.
Yeah, it's not like patience. DRG is so confused. What are you doing?
Oh, man.
Well, that was quite the game. I'm really happy I got to watch that. At the same time, I have to say I'm a little confused.
Damn! I'm not sure. Felt like one of those Dragon Ladder games that he tries to do.
I mean, that's DRG taking a second series, though, in a row.
Yeah.
Do you think he might be able to go all the way?
Doubling his prize pool. I don't know, man. I wouldn't mind to see it, honestly. I love DRG.
I mean, he did beat Solar in TSL.
Yep.
So I believe Solar's their next opponent, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but I mean, to be fair, CVZ. I mean, that is one volatile matchup. But to be fair, I think CVZ is the best matchup of DRG. I could be wrong on that, but
that being said,
crazy CVZs of him.
Solar has looked phenomenal recently. He, topping #1 on the ladder. He's looking for a new team. If anyone wants to pick him up, Solar always is one of those players that does really well on ladder, and everyone hypes up a lot. But he seems to fall through in tournaments more often than not.
Yeah. Yeah, I can get behind that.
Like, Solar always seems like one of the players that I feel like is totally capable of going and winning a GSL.
For sure, yeah.
But he seems to be lacking in some way or another. I'm not really sure what it is, if it's nerves or if it's just not being able to plan out series correctly. But
maybe it's a combination of that all. I don't know. It's hard to say, man. But yeah, he is a very smart guy anyway, right? So you would assume that planning something like that, maybe it's the opposite. Maybe he over plans or something like that. Who knows?
Maybe. I don't know. He just really interests me as a player because some tournaments he just goes all the way. He does really, really well. In other tournaments he loses out kind of early, I feel.
Yeah, for sure. Very inconsistent. Kind of, it feels like Zest, but then less accomplished overall. Zerg, that is Zest. Then again, he still does manage to get very high in most of the tournaments, Still.
Yeah, for sure. He is pretty consistent. It's like, he always gets around 16. He always, he always shows good games regardless of if he wins or loses.
He's consistently inconsistent as well.
There was a period of time though where he was winning a lot of online stuff, but he hasn't actually won a tournament since 2016, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe 2017. And I feel like that, kind of weighs down on him a bit. And
I'm quickly starting a little ad break as well, by the way, guys. So see you in a bit. Otherwise, it's gonna pop up in the middle of the game. Alright, sorry, that had to be done.
My apologies.
No problem. I probably should get a little bit more used to just pressing it and kind of mixing it in here and there.
Well, it's always nice to give the audience some direction.
Yeah. I should
Hey,
I should
guys,
watch
it's a
more
little-
TV shows with like talk show hosts where they go, yeah, that's great. Okay, well, we love to keep going for this for a little bit longer, but first and foremost, we're gonna have to interrupt to show you some of our sponsors and just like
yeah,
ad break.
Well,
We'll be right back.
Inu wants a 2-minute break too.
Ah,
So.
lovely, lovely. That's perfect, man. That's perfect. Apparently, he also is running Twitch ads. Nice. Soki's saying that Solar is probably better, but DRG is close.
Yeah, I honestly like last time they played. I mean, DRG won 3-0. So
Yeah. I think personally, DRG is gonna take this one. It's because right when he was just coming back, DRG just. It was on the one of those BJ Team Destruction team leagues that Afrika sets up now and again. DRG was like, he was still a little bit up and coming again, right? He didn't really make a lot of waves just yet, but his ZVZ was immaculate. It was just continuously taking down the biggest Zerg names. Like, it was taking on Rogue, Dark, and at the time before he really got back into the groove again, they were the top dogs, honestly. They still kind of are, so CVZ, every time I'm gonna have to give it to DRG myself.
well, so I remember. I can't remember who was saying it, but I think it might have been Rogue, and he was talking about how DRG innovates the Korean ZVZ meta, and how he's kind of like the front runner that everyone kind of looks to for builds and stuff.
Yeah.
Or like how to approach the ZVZ matchup even. So I'm fairly interested to see how the series will play out. I would also favor DRG over Solar in this case. I think it might be a 2-1 though. I think it's gonna be close either way.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm interested to see what's gonna happen.
For sure. And you know what? Maybe a case has to be made as well for DRG. I mean, we know him as the Zergling Baneling user and abuser, right? And that is Korean ZVZ in a nutshell. Zerglings and Banelings. People like to call it, you know what, say a knife fight in a phone booth, a dynamite fight in a toilet. I don't know, something like that.
Not so sure about that layout.
Everyone's saying it. Everyone's saying it. Cuddle there. It's not me. It's not just me. All right. Well. Let's see if the champ can get himself another 30 bucks here. I mean, he's on a roll so far. Can he get it done again and maintain his momentum? He's the Blue Zerg, a freak of freaks, DRG.
Yeah, looking to take down our reigning champion here. We have the Red Zerg, Solar. Who is, again, currently teamless, by the way, if anyone wants to pick him up.
If there is a team watching right now that would like to possibly win the next GSL.
Gonna do my service to solicit Solar a bit, but
yeah, it's good. It is all good. We gotta support the StarCraft 2 community, and that is a lot by supporting the players as well, of course.
yeah, I'm a big fan of watching him play.
Yep.
For really anyone in the StarCraft scene, I want to see everyone get supported and get helped out along the way.
I mean, if there's any community good at supporting its own community, it's StarCraft 2, honestly.
For sure, dude. Like, I don't know, everyone kind of watches each other's backs.
Yeah. I also heard, I don't know, it might be a bit speculative of a thing, but StarCraft 2, like, viewers compared to subs that a lot of the big channels have, it is crazy, you know? People very often have more subs than they have viewers if they are consistent enough StarCraft 2 streamers.
Yeah, that's... I feel like some of the bigger streamers that's it's true for. Like, for example, Gabe, I feel like he gets like 700 subs and like 1,500 viewers though.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Definitely some of the streamers with like 50 viewers will often have like 100 or 120 subs even.
Yeah.
But that's you know, just different dynamics. I feel.
Just a friendly reminder about subbing there.
Cough. So
Right.
This looks the most standard ZVZ build I've ever seen. If I've ever seen one.
If I've ever seen a CVC, this is run of the mill. I agree. Yeah, both of them pretty much mirroring each other right now. Gonna be looking for the overall Overlord placements right here from both these players. Looks like they are also pretty similar right now.
This is crazy. The build order production tab is literally just mirroring. Like, one person does one thing, the next person does the same.
Yeah, it's nice. You have less things to call out. You can just say like, all right, and now they're doing this, instead of like, this is happening with this, and this is happening with this.
So this is the first deviation. We do see DRG making a couple extra lanes, where Solar's opting to make a few more drones first.
Jeez, always gotta be, how do you call this? I don't know, I forgot the English term for it. Never mind, ignore me. Keep going.
We do see Solar taking a second gas, getting a layer. So, I don't know, I'm interested.
Yeah, this layer is interesting actually. There's no Roach Warren on the way, so this could just be going into quick Mutalisk.
Yeah, that's how it looks to me too. And
no gas
yet.
No, natural.
Typically with Muta, you take your first gas with your layer, which is exactly what you did, and then you get the other two once the layer is done.
I see. Well, yeah, that could still happen here.
But this Evo is also very interesting. It makes me think that he wants to play straight up like Lingban Muta. Yeah, he gets melee. This I actually really like watching this style. I don't know how strong it is.
DRG also getting his layer here. Oh my. But he's getting ranged attack and the Roach Warren. No, wait, never mind. Oh, no, never mind again. What a... what a tease.
So it looks like it will be Muta. Probably Lingban Muta versus Roach.
Yeah.
DRG's taking his extra gases.
Did he? Oh, I think he scouted it. Yeah, he scouted the Spire here with a Ling that was just running in here. That's a big deal, so now we'll be able to start prepping for it.
I think he's going to do so by just making a lot of drones, try to take a quick forward. Typically the thing you want to do against Muta is you kind of want to get your crew spread out towards your fourth and make sure you can secure it. Just because the 7 and 8 gases are so important for Vipers and Lurkers and Hydras and all sorts of things.
Getting the infestation pits. Another thing that usually is important is getting your overlords back to base as well. You are sacrificing the overall map vision, but you can lose quite a couple of them just by kind of chilling there.
Yeah, he did get overlord speed early on, so I wonder if he's going to start pulling them back soon, or what's his plan with his overlords out on the map?
He doesn't have it yet, so maybe he cancelled it.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, you're right. Huh. I wonder why. That's...
He just felt like it. It's DRG, don't question it. Right, that's the 11 Mutalisk. The Infestor upgrade there is on its way. So
and the Hydra Den, he's got 7 Spore Crawlers. Yeah, he's going to be very, very ready for these mutas.
Just a casual 7 spores. Alright, that is good. And the Overlord speed as well actually now being created. So we'll start to prep for that. Hasn't committed to a 4th base just quite yet. Is really committed to just making sure he doesn't die to the Mutalisk right now.
Yeah, he's definitely taking a safer approach to it. I do feel like you want... the thing is with mutas is they can both like snowball very, very easily. And they can also, if you like survive long enough, you get to your like ideal comp with like Lurker, Viper, Hydra.
Yep.
It gets very, very difficult for the Muta player.
Yeah, for sure. We've seen some crazy stuff recently though. I forget which game it was, but I saw some CVCs where it was a Zerg that was, I'm pretty sure it was a European Zerg though, not no Korean, but He just went mass Mutalisk for the entire game. It was
That sounds like
crazy.
something Rainer, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Rainer's one of those players
Rainer?
that loves holding down Mutaki.
Maybe it was. I don't think it was.
Another player that I see do that is like TLO.
Yellow.
Or maybe Namchar. Like, I feel like those
Maybe,
two
yeah.
have a lot of things that go Mutaverse, like Hydra Lurker, where one of them's just running Banes into the other one, and one's just kind of trying to survive.
I think it may have been Namshar, potentially. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong on that one. I'm not willing to commit to it just yet.
How much you want to bet? No.
No. I'll just keep looking for one of those games until I find it from Namshar, and then it's a completely different game, and I'll be like, yes, what I was talking about.
Yeah, of course, it's this one, but at some point, Namchar has to have just held down the Mutaki, right? Like, there's no Zerg that has. So we do see Evo walls forming. We don't quite see any lurkers yet or any hive on the way, which I'm a little surprised by that, to be honest.
So Solar already has a 5th base, while DRG is still kind of chilling on 3.
Yeah, but the way that this kind of plays out is we have one Zerg that's just gonna try to make as many drones as possible and just try to keep running Banes in. Because your goal is to eventually, you know, if you get rid of all the Hydras, you have very, very powerful army with Mutas.
Yep.
And the Hydras are really the only thing that can, you know, aside from the Infestors, I suppose, like actually combat the Mutas. But Infestors aren't exactly the most reliable, I feel.
Well, hello there.
As quite a few
flickers.
drones going down.
Yeah, nice.
But, so it looks like DRG wants to try to just start moving on.
Fungal's definitely helping out here, but you know what? A massive counter-attack. One reasonable hit on that Baneling. See how quickly he manages to clean up those... oh my god, the Mutalisk! Oh!
Disastrous for Solar.
This is horrendous. Look away. It is the Hindenburg in flames all over again.
Really can't be making mistakes like that, Solar. Yeah. That's very, very unfortunate. Like,
Alright.
he's doubling him in army supply now.
Yep. And it is moving across the map. You know what? It's already here. Banelings need to connect on top of those Hydras, but you know what? Massive fungal as well, helping out there, not allowing them to even get close, really, to the location where they want to be. Another fungal on the Mutalisk, and that's got to be it, right?
Yes. He's taking a remarkable fight. Like, it doesn't look like really, really good.
GG.
Solar's gonna tap out.
GG.
Really well.
Oh man, DRG.
Yeah, he got that one really killer fungal, and things just from there went really, really well for him.
It's just like,
you know, he just pushed the issue, and he took a really good fight, and you know, he didn't really have anything to fall back onto, so it was really do or die for him there.
For sure. You know what? I just looked away for a moment. I think Solar as well. I'm pretty sure he was busy with the Ling run by there, and suddenly all his Mutalisk just going like, oh no!
I mean, it's got to really suck a Solar too, though, right? You're like, okay, I finally got in. I was able to do the damage. I just have to hold the counterattack, and then you lose 20 some odd mutas to one fungal, and I mean, everything just kind of falls apart, right?
To be fair, did he really need to get in there to do the damage, is what I'm thinking, because he was already on 5 bases versus 3 base, right? So in a way, as long as he keeps DRG from expanding, I don't know.
It's kind of difficult, because DRG's armies is so much better.
True.
But I feel like you kind of want to save up a bit of a bank beforehand, so you can at least remake the Banelings, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense.
They were both on like 80 some workers. I think DRG was looking to take a 4th, but I would have liked if Solar would have waited for him to take a 4th.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, because then as well, like, it's not just it provides another opportunity, right? It makes it a lot harder for the Infestors to be on the right place at the right time. It makes it less likely that the Mutalisk accidentally kind of fly over them in the middle of the map, because they have so many places they need to cover.
And it makes DRG have to, you know, like you were kind of saying, like spread out his army more, like take it a bit more slow and make sure that he, you know, is defending against the Lings and Banes. And it creates a lot more holes in the player that's playing more defensive style, right?
Yeah, for sure. Just makes it more difficult.
Yeah, and I feel like when someone's kind of like sitting and they've kind of like managed to secure however many bases, you typically don't want to try to push the issue and push into them, especially when you don't have a bank.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you there.
DRG, though, looking very, very clean that game. Very, very impressed with his style. And we're going to see if he can carry on into this next game.
It's just one more game away and he'll be able to grab himself another bit of prize money here. It would make 3 series in a row. He's the Red Zerg, Africa Freaks, DRG.
Currently being down 0-1, we have the Blue Zerg, Solar.
He's to win 2 games in a row against the absolute ZVZ beast, which is DRG.
And DRG is looking very, very good today. Like 2-1 over Kier, 2 over Patience. He's already up the game on Solar.
He's just taking everyone to town.
Oh.
At least buy them dinner first, DRG. Jeez Louise.
So, you see how the spine pull positions kind of mirrored on both sides?
Yeah.
With the very, very forward. So this is actually something that Zerg players have taken to liking on this map, because it allows you to, if you get like 12 pulled, drone pulled, it lets you kind of like wall off with evos and buy a bit more time. And it also is a spot that like your opponent wants to like, you know, come in and like quickly put down like a spine crawler or something. And it's just one of those things that Zerg players have made like a small adjustment to, and allowed them to hold a lot of like early aggression much better.
Interesting.
Not only that, but it also grants vision of the ramp. So if like any like cheeky like links like run in or anything, like you have a bit better chance of seeing them. So.
Yeah, it's interesting that, you know, you see it happen on some other maps as well. So the Evo wall, would you know where would you actually completely place it?
So you actually kind of like build it out towards just kind of like along the edge of the creep, and it's mainly there to just buy you like 5 more seconds or so.
All right.
And also that, like, if you make the evos, they can't put spines there, right? So it's even more crucial because it's denying the time on the spines for them to build.
So you'll be able to get those couple more Zerglings.
Yeah, actually, DRG skipped all of his lings this game. So he's making 6 now. Actually, he's making a lot of lings now. So he might be trying to be getting a bit more aggressive here, but
yeah,
he might actually get canceled on the 3rd.
Oh boy. Okay, no, it looks like he'll be okay. Solo not targeting it down. I'm not quite sure if he would have gotten it, but that got really close. Uncomfortably so.
Yeah, and I mean, that's going to be a high-value target to pick up later, right? And we see a lot of lings coming out from both players, and DRG's the one getting a Bane Nest, and Solar's opting for the Roach Warren. So it looks like it's really aggressive here.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure who is who's winning this one.
Yeah, I feel like they have
Oh, wait, I was wrong. So hard to count links mid-battle. It's like, oh, well, wait, stop moving! Stop! It's like a group of toddlers.
I have even trickier time with these skins, because like the redlings look a little bigger.
Oh yeah, maybe. They do, don't they?
Yeah, I don't know. Like skins kind of always me more so than most people. I feel kind of screw with my eyes.
Do you play without the skins on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or at least when I have the option.
Yeah, that makes sense. Isn't it just like a personal option you can have on for yourself?
Well, I don't use skins myself, but You can't turn them off entirely.
You can't turn enemy skins off? Really interesting.
There's a lot of roaches.
It is definitely a good amount. He doesn't have +1 just yet, so still needs 3 shots every single Zerking, which is a big deal. And oh my, it seems to be a pretty reasonable surround so far, but you know what? Just a bit too many Zerklings there, providing cover for Solar. The Baneling's not finding a good connection just quite yet. DRG really trying to wrap around those roaches. There we go. Keeping the Zerklings at bay, using those Banelings, not allowing them to blow up onto the roaches is a big deal here.
He's actually able to pick off all the roaches.
Oh, the hatchery falls.
Yeah, that's not great. But, I guess it comes down to if DRG is able to counter damage, but he seems to even be losing the lane fight here.
Yeah.
So, not looking too great for DRG.
For sure. Incredibly difficult to get counter damage dealt if you don't have an army. If you don't have stuff anymore.
And try to retake the third, but I think that I don't know if you can hold on, especially with extra links coming across the map. There's a lot of banelings though.
It's really trying. Yeah, the banelings should be able to safeguard this, but let's see. The worker count, it is still in DRG's favor, so as long as he doesn't take more damage here, he might still be okay. Because like Solar is he's not mining from the third base, right? It's only just really giving him extra larvae.
Yeah, the extra larvae is extra drones though, so I feel like
that's true.
So might be able to catch up, or is even slightly ahead in this situation.
Yeah.
You might actually catch these links here. Which, you know, catching like
squeeze out of there. Escape. All right, Houdini'd himself out of that pinch.
For sure. I don't really know where the players want to go from here because they're both making a lot of units. I feel like Solar thinks that, you know, like we're pretty much the same drone count. I have Roach advantage. I have a few Ravagers that are ready. I might be able to push the issue, especially after canceling it or killing his third. But DRG, on the other hand, is, you know, trying to get his extra Roaches out. He had his second gas a bit quicker, so he probably has a bit more gas or a few more Roaches.
Yeah.
And he has the extra things here too.
Oh, the Queens get caught out here. Very nicely done, and that's going to be another kill on the hatchery here. I think, you know what? I'm loving how active DRG has been with his links on the map. But
it was really good fire though on the bandits, and DRG's going to tap out.
Yep. GG.
3, well done, Solar.
Tying up the series. Will we have a new king after this one? I'm not quite sure if we will, but you know what? It's looking close. Kind of went all sideways there for DRG. I suppose already kind of the full initial links, right? As you said, DRG skimping out on those initial links. So taking quite a bit of damage already on that third base, slowing down his overall production because it did get taken out later on. Solar capitalizing on that opportunity there. I think Solar, he completely skimped out on the banelings as well, just going straight into the roaches.
Yeah, I feel like that was a deciding factor with that, is that he wasn't, you know, since he actually did skip out on the lings early on, he also wasn't really able to get that scout off. And seeing that like really early roach warning, knowing your opponent's doing the like 8 roach push or so, is actually really important, I feel.
I agree.
But that's been such a potent ZVZ, like kind of like a sniper build, where if your opponent doesn't really get that scout off, it's so potent when the roaches kind of, you know, show up and you're like, wow, I don't have anything to kill roaches.
Yeah, I mean, you have the banelings there, but I mean, that's not really what you need anymore at that moment in time. You just want to make, you know what, you don't also have the opportunity to potentially make a spore crawler or two, or a spine crawler or two, you know, that definitely would have helped out as well. But, yeah. Oh well. Game number 3, that means, between these two guys. DRG, Solar. Can we request a little bit of a break here? Or no, okay, we are still going. There we go. There's the countdown. The lovely sound.
The internal. I haven't seen actually I haven't seen a lot of ZVZs on this map, so how do you think this one might play out?
You know what? It's a mystery. It's a true mystery. Nobody knows truly.
Do you think this is map people are more likely to go mute on, or because it kind of has that rush distance? It's pretty easy to hold. You know, you make a couple spine crawlers. It's kind of hard to push into with roaches.
Yeah, it could be, but then again, like as soon as one person decides to be like, all right, I'm gonna ramp up the aggression. If you get caught mid transition into the Mutalisk, you're just completely dead. So it kind of comes down to what people really decide to do. Which could be anything. Right, bottom left side we have ourselves a teamless little red Zerg player. He is still, you know what, on top of his game, looking incredibly strong. He is Solar.
And in the upper right-hand corner, we have a player trying to continue his win streak, and hopefully we'll be closing out the series. And you know, like he's already shown exceptional games tonight, and he's going to continue to do so, I believe. But the Blue Zerg, DRG.
The king, holder of the crown. Spawning pool extractor. All right.
Again,
back to the mirror.
Players, very, you know, and they both seem to really like just like not taking any chances, going hedge first. You know, playing pretty safe.
Yeah.
Trying to get macro games where I feel like they definitely feel more comfortable.
We had a big increase in aggression overall from Zergs in the ZVZ matchup in particular. I think it got down to Scarlet a little bit there. Taking on Rogue in particular comes to mind. Was a period of time where it suddenly was all about the quick Zergling finishes, but kind of seems like it's stabilizing out again a little bit. People are suddenly like, you know what, we can actually kind of go into the macro, can't we? It's still an option for us.
Thing.
Yeah. Okay, so both these overlords figuring out the timing of the hatcheries here. They kind of want to get a glimpse of the amount of drones that are there if they can. Looks like that is kind of what DRG... Oh, okay, he's still going to go back. Same for Solar here. Okay, we'll rely on the Zergling scouts. Both of these players, it looks like, to kind of get a glimpse on the overall status of drones, whether or not there's roaches on the way, something like that.
Yeah,
definitely playing it more safe this time. DRG is.
One of the interesting things that happened in this game was that DRG actually took all 2 drones off gas, whereas Solar only took 1. So. I feel like Solar might actually be trying to be getting a bit more aggressive with this mainly nest.
That's a good call. It might just be what?
It might just be a safety bane nest too.
Oh, true.
He hasn't made any more lings yet. Typically, you already want to be having lings on the way, but the bane nest is kind of out of the way, and it seems a little early. So
there is the 6 right now. It could still turn into something like that. I'm not quite sure what he saw. Maybe he was in a response to something as well, but it would be odd. I mean, the aggression worked out well for him the previous time. I think this is the telling moment, right? More links or more drones? Okay, it's more drones. So, I'm
interested to see what Solar's gonna do, because I feel like he lost the game he played Mutus actually pretty convincingly.
Yeah.
It's kind of looking like he's going along the same lines here. But, well, he starts Roach Warren now. But I was just worried because I feel like DRG showed us such a convincing macro game in Game 1.
Yeah.
And, you know, he played a little too greedy in Game 2 and got punished for it, but sure. I was curious to see what's going to transpire, or what player wants to do what.
Could this be actually... What? He's getting melee attack here, Solar is. Maybe the Roach Warren is just a fake.
Yeah. Having the Roach one there is pretty nice though, because it's obviously walls off that ramp and allows for counterattacks that way.
Yeah. Yeah, but like
I guess
if you...
we'll see if the spare starts.
Sorry?
I guess we'll see if the spare starts in a second.
Yeah, true. I mean, it could just be, you know, if you're not going to use the Roach run, you might as well just make another Evo chamber, but... Then again, I guess the Roaches is nice as well. If you do have your opponent suddenly coming in with a ton of Zerglings and Banelings, you can always just make a couple of those Roaches.
Yeah, focusing is fair from both players.
Yep.
A little bit of Muta versus Muta action.
You know what?
I feel like +1 melee though that Solar's getting is actually going to play a pretty big deal into this, because the link battles are actually super important with Muta versus Muta.
Yeah. I personally like to get the armor upgrade a little bit more. So wait, is this actually going... This is going very heavily into favor for DRG right now. Making Banelings right on top of the of Solar though. He's not making any other Banelings anywhere else, but he's definitely doing quite a number on Solar so far.
So any extra Baneling you force out here too is like is a bit less Muta. So it's very important. Oh, that is a lot of Banelings up from DRG. I think he's blooded as well.
10 of them. Jeez. Oh my god. That got close.
Okay. So
this is a weird fight.
Now. It seems like he can tell that it's Muta versus Muta because he's getting that carapace up.
Oh my god.
That's such a...
That's an ouch. That is an ouch. Alright, well, that means...
It's so big.
It doesn't mean much just yet, but I mean, Solar definitely in a good position. For a moment there, I thought he was gonna tip over into the favor of DRG here, but looks like Solar managed to stabilize enough. He did lose the 2 queens, I suppose.
DRG now, though.
Sorry?
Really scared for DRG now. Like, he's gonna lose his queens. Solar does have that +1 melee also, so he's able to be a bit more aggressive, but the Muse will push back.
Okay, now we do have a lot more Mutalisk on the way here for Solar, so he will take that advantage. One thing to point out as well is that we only have, I think, just a couple of Overlords out on the map here for DRG still. A couple more for Solar. Actually, no, they are going back to the base here, so I think they'll be okay. Wait, there's 2 of them here. There's 2 of them stacked on top of each other. Cuddle. They're cuddling cuddle there.
Or actually, he's up good 30 supply or so. It's actually looking really, really good for Solar, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Definitely that Mutalisk count is very important.
Actually, he's up almost 10 mutas.
It's crazy.
How did this happen?
I'm not even sure. I think he just had more overall gas, and I think he just kind of had the higher worker count as well for a while now. He's still ahead with 6, but I feel like that was for a while a bit into his favor. If we look at the income graph, for about, like, I think, what, almost 3 to 4 minutes, he's just been mining a lot more. I think that is why we're seeing this this increased amount of Mutalisk here. Now, DRG, I think he needs to realize that this is happening and that he is way outnumbered in the Mutalisk. And try to mix in either some Infestors or something else. Maybe even the whatchamacallem, the Vipers.
It's kind of a tough call, because if he does stop making mutas and all of a sudden Solar's, decides to just come and kill him, though, it becomes really tough, because then he's not only down like 10 mutas, he's down like 15 or 20 even.
Also, they're stacked up on top of each other. Hide those numbers.
Actually, he's actually done a fairly decent job of catching him.
Yeah, 28 versus 30 now. You know what? It's Zerg magic.
Yeah, okay.
DRG. He does have that +1 air weapons attack as well. A little bit quicker on the way here. Solar definitely trying to make some more moves here. Being more aggressive on expanding here. Trying to be a bit more active on the map. Get opportunities with run-bys and stuff like this. Okay, we'll just go for the scout here, I believe.
Yeah, so we're getting that 4th base up a lot quicker, though. Is pretty important, because this is going to be able to get in, you know, extend his muta lead a bit more. Like, get another 2, 3, 4, maybe even mutas.
The purple gas. The purple gas goodness. Oh, actually, he gets the initial shots here. Does the RG. Will he be able to carry this one through, though? Let's take a look at those, man.
Fire attack here, too. Or Solar isn't.
Oh, boy, that's a very big deal, actually. I don't think Solar really realized. I thought, you know what? He must have thought he had more because he went in between DRG and his retreat path. Now, DRG, you know what? He definitely got out on top on that Muta versus Mutalisk battle. But at the same time, he needs to move backwards because of all these links in his base right here. He might even lose the 4th base. It's going up. Losing some workers overall. Safety 4th.
So the Mute fight went really well for him, but he actually took so much counter damage that I don't actually... I feel like he's still in a deficit as he was before.
Sure.
And it'll be interesting to see if anyone, you know, continues to get Mute upgrades, though, because that was his one advantage, I feel, like going into the fights. But these wing counterattacks are just doing too much damage.
Oh my god. 4th base is gone. More circlings here. How does he do it, man? I think we might be getting close to a new regime here, guys. We might want to switch around all the pictures we have hanging up on our walls of DRG and turn them into Solar pictures here. It's the Supreme Leader that might go down in flames right now.
Solar's played this game very impressively so far. Minor hiccup with taking that fight right before his +1 attack, but aside from that, he's been overall fairly flawless with how he's played this game.
Yeah, and this should be the moment in time where he will be able to, like, definitely get on top of the Mutalisk numbers, right? He has an entire extra base of gas income here. Now, he's not quite there just yet. I mean, this is impressive, though. 37 versus 34. Yeah, if DRG takes any fight here, especially with those queens there as well, Spore Crawler, that's not going to end well. DRG just, he knows that he needs to do something here.
Yeah, he's trying to meet a macro his heart out, but it's hard when you're down 2 or 3 minutes. Oh, if he grabs the Spire, that actually is a pretty big deal.
Denied. Queen's there. Transfuse. Thought that was going to happen. Unfortunately, it doesn't, though. They are committed to a fight here. I don't think DRG has the numbers here, unfortunately.
Not quite a fight DRG can win.
Yeah. And did he lose another base here, actually? Or did it get cancelled?
I think he got cancelled again.
Yeah.
It's just so rough for DRG. I think he's going to try to take this Muta fight here and probably tap out.
Yup. GG is called. Solar will be our new champion right here. Well done by him. Taking out the Kingpin. The one and only DRG. Unfortunate.
Very impressive. Solar. Yeah, pretty impressive series overall. Solar showed really good games, and he was able to close it out and become our new champion.
Yeah, the new King of the Hill. He's going to have to take it up with the next fight. Let me take a look actually who that was again. It's going to be Creator, so a ZVP will be on the way here. Interesting. You still want to hang around, by the way, Cuddlebear, or?
I think we go to bed.
You're going to go to bed? Yeah, it's getting kind of late, isn't it? Alright. Oh, good, dude. Thank you for hanging out. Yeah, no problem, dude. Anytime. Anytime. Have a good night.
Thank you, cousin. Have a good morning.
Thank you, buddy. Bye-bye. Alright, lovely stuff there. Having Cuddlebear out and about, helping us out a little bit with the casting, giving some insights that I would just not be able to obtain on my own. Awesome stuff, awesome stuff. And let's see. They are doing the vetoes right now. I'm gonna quickly head to the toilet and run a ad break. Guys, be right back. Oh, hello there. Well, hello there. What is up, everybody? So yeah, welcome back to the into the ITaX Hot Streak. Right now we have Solar as our champion, the player on top of the seat. Just gonna do a quick shout out to one of our sponsors here at ITaX. Might as well. We have a new sponsor actually, which is called Manscaped. They equip every man with the essentials to groom, smell like, and be a gentleman. Proper manscaping requires precision engineered tools, and that is exactly what they provide. Now, whether you're looking for trimmers, deodorants, or body washes, Manscaped has it all, so that you're able to keep your health and hygiene in great shape. Check out manscaped.com, where you'll be able to find all their state-of-the-art products for your everyday grooming needs. And make sure to use the code MATCHERINO at checkout to get yourself 20% off of anything of your purchase. Manscaped.com, that's the place to be, guys. I know we're a bunch of nerds, but we can be the good-looking nerds if we just try a little bit here and dedicate ourselves to the overall. That is not the right thing I pressed there. Sorry. If we dedicate ourselves a little bit to the overall things we can do. All right. I'm going up in the world. Exactly, man. It's my rugged good looks. They're like, wow, this guy really needs some manscaping. I'm not getting any of the money myself, though. That's not for me. That's mostly for the players and the events that we set up. So it's not where I'm getting any of my money. I guess I do benefit a little bit because my team, of course, is growing bigger, and then we get to invest more so in all sorts of stuff. But you just woke up drunk SF and ended up getting my life savings creator taking one map from Solar. Wish me luck. You just bet your life savings on Creator taking one map from Solar? Your life savings? Mate? Mate? I'm worried for you. Are you okay? Is that still cancelable? Alright, whatever. Maybe you don't have that many life save. Maybe you're too drunk to really see what your life savings are. Maybe you're like, all right, my marble collection or something else. Anyway, it looks like Golden will be our first map. Ever Dream will be the second, and Submarine will be the third. I'm not sure if that is Golden Wall or Golden Pillar. We're gonna find out pretty soon here. It is Golden Wall. All right. It is Golden Wall. Guys, relax. He's drunk. It's okay. There's no clear decision-making process there. It's all right. It's all right. It could just be trolling as well. Fair and mates. I hope this is a troll. All right. Anyway. What am I talking about? Alright, there's the Matcherino page. We could talk about that. There's a little bit of a Matcherino page if you want to support these players a bit more. So go check it out. Exclamation mark Matcherino in the chat, and you'll be able to get yourself some websites and some codes. Before this series really picks up, you will be able to kind of get that going for yourself. And you know what? Support StarCraft 2 in the best way that is possible. You know what? By spending other people's money. Spending your own life savings, it's questionable, but spending codes to spend another person's money, that's the jam, man. That is what you want to be doing. So head on over to the Matcherino. It just takes a couple of seconds, guys, and it will mean the world to us. And it will mean more money to these players, right? If we all pitch in a little bit, it's gonna add up ultimately in the end. And you still have a bit of time here before this series really picks up. Believe me, I will let you know, alright? Just have me in the background. I'm gonna call you back as soon as if anything weird happens, but I mean, it shouldn't take longer than a couple of seconds anyway. Regardless, I'm very OCD about who's on which side of the scoreboards here. You're probably gonna regret this. Yup. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe you're gonna prove us all wrong and show that you know what, you can make your life savings work out for you sometimes. I mean, just don't do it every day, mate. All right. Well, I guess you won't be able to if it doesn't work out. So anyway, in the bottom left side, we have ourselves a red Protoss. And he is, oh, what team is Creator right now, actually? Let me look this up for you guys. Hold up. I think I looked it up beforehand as well, but I'm not completely convinced anymore. Alright, he is, I always forget about this. He is in Jinnet Green Wings. He is a Creator. So he's on the right team. On the bottom right, we have ourselves a blue Zerg fighting for a freak. No, wait, hold up. He's not fighting for. He's teamless right now. I'm so used to introducing DRG right now, honestly. It's not DRG. It is Solar. Fighting for mostly himself right here. Put your hands together for this man. He managed to dethrone DRG. And now looking to take a bit of extra prize money himself as well, right? A little bit of nibbling. A little bit of probing happening. Second Nexus, nice and early too. Let's see if Creator's gonna be as crazy as Patience. That's a Stargate. Solar has been in top-notch form recently. I'm not quite sure actually about Creator. It's been a while since I've really seen Creator be very impressive. We're gonna have to wait and see. Where's these links nibbling? Oh, there we are. There they are. Stargates. Yeah, here it is. There it is. Look, I can try to bribe these two players for you, my man, but I mean that might end their esports career. So you're gonna have to get yourself a little bit of the prize money to them, and also me, of course, as I will be the middleman. I'm joking, guys. I won't do that. I won't foil the integrity of the noble sports of StarCraft, nor would I even attempt to persuade anyone to ever do such a thing. I do like to joke around though, so. There is that Oracle, first and foremost. Let's see, it's only a sport crawler in the main base here, so Solar might lose a couple of drones here. Only 2 so far, that's alright, that's manageable. Let's take a look. Third base Solar has been stabilized though, and only getting the 2 kills so far with the 2 Oracles. Not the biggest of deals, of course. And the 3 Adepts now also coming in will help out a little bit here to provide some sort of a kind of multi-pronged harassment, right? As long as there's a distraction. It's like a magician, right? There's always something happening that kind of tries to get your attention. And then somewhere where you're just not paying attention at all whatsoever is where all the action is happening. all the magic. So far, though, not quite syncing up here with these forces. So, Creator having to move backwards. He got himself a third base over here. Now, this is still all unknown by Solar. Although, you know what? He did actually get the scout that this was mined out. So, he can infer kind of that is what is happening here. Keep doing the zapping. Alright. Oh, nice save on that drone, actually. Does keep it alive. The third base. There is already a spore crawler there as well, so won't be able to get too much done there either. Unfortunately. Layer tech now on the way. More gateways. So both these players still kind of just ramping up here, but I have to say, Solar looking pretty fine with his overall drone count so far. Didn't take any damage. Doing a good job to just kind of get stuff sorted. Thank you guys as well, by the way, for all those follows that we have been getting throughout the stream. Very much appreciated. Kenkenlul, Jimmel, Itchy Scratchy, What a Shame, Bob, Putulumoi, I don't know, Pentagon Dog. Very much appreciated, guys. Biggest Scuttlebear fan, NA as well, of course. And Blinxus Maximus. Sorry, it took a while to get to you guys, but hey, there you go. Fourth base for Solar on the way, as well as some... he's actually mining out all of the minerals here. Don't see that every day. Somebody committed to getting full value out of the wall here. More gateways. And the Templar Archives. Does he already have Storm? I don't think he does. Nope. Actually, we only have 2 upgrades so far in this entire game. Solar committing to the Nidus play with the Swarmhost there. I feel like that could be very, very potent at this moment in time. We don't have that much in the way, shape, or form of scouting forces for Creator here. Actually having the 2 entrances now to his base, realizing that this has been cleared out by Solar, makes it a little bit difficult for him to perhaps move his army. And man, I'm loving this from Solar, poking into that natural base, kind of making it look like he wants to try and make something happen over here, and at the same time a Nidus Worm at the bottom, giving him a lot more time and potential for these locusts right here. That's a lot of Swarmhost, actually. Jeez Louise, that's 14 Swarmhosts. That's going to be a ton of those little locust. Let's see how much happens actually with locust if there is a shield battery overcharge. No, not getting too much here. Setting up at the top right now. I would love the one single probe over here, actually. That was a very cool thing. I mean, if he was lucky, a lot more of those locusts would have just dropped right then and there on the ground and cancelled out most of their value right then and there. Getting himself another Nidus Worm here. And another wave coming from the top this time around. Let's see, there's only a single Archon and a couple of Stalkers, so this could do quite a bit here. Locust, come on, come on. Come to mama. Jumping right on top of that Nidus right here. No shield battery overcharge taking place quite yet. And Creator taking the bottom side of the gold base here. Always love it when that happens. Creativity from Creator. Solar still on his full base as well. Wouldn't mind seeing him trying to take a couple more bases, but of course kind of busy, being preoccupied with the Nidus play here. He's doing pretty well with it so far. Alright. Oh my god, the Biles hitting the High Templar there. 2 High Templar going down at that moment in time. This attack does kind of get cleaned up though, but of course, I mean, the Swarmo is still around, still lurking. Will go for another wave, it looks like, on this natural base here. Nidus Worm still stands strong, and finally Creator will be able to get himself some sort of counter-aggression here. On the other side of the map, might start to preoccupy Solar, slow down the overall pressure that he is experiencing. But I'm not quite sure if it will happen, of course. I mean, another time that Nexus gets killed off here. I don't think that was a cancel. No, sir, it was not. Killing off the Cybercore as well. A big deal indeed. A couple of Zealots, but you know what? Solar's not having any of it. He's staying on the ball. He says, look at that Nidus Worm. If that's not saying get out of my game, then I don't know what does. This is incredibly difficult right now. Creator stuck between the wall, of course, having to jump back and forth between these two places, and Solar taking full advantage of this. Taking the entire place of the top side of the map, and again on the bottom side we have another wave of Locusts. That Nidus Worm was recreated and never really dealt with, so you know what, looks like the shield battery overcharge not good enough just quite yet. Probably needs a buff or two to really help out against those Locusts here, doesn't it? Jeez Louise. Doesn't save it from that. It's pretty good. It's not that good though. More probes dying off here. Creator really not having much of anything at the moment anymore. And we'll lose this Nexus as well. Man, oh man. That's back to a one-base Protoss right here. Entire one-base Protoss. And he's not even ahead on the army supply. He is still behind on that as well. He's behind on economy. He's behind on pretty much everything. And, well, you know what? It is, of course, difficult to still defend against this type of stuff with a Swarm host. You need to be careful. Don't want to shoot your entire load out immediately. And then, you know what? Wet your powder. Which is the saying, right? Is it just keep your powder dry? Is that the only thing of the saying people use? Very well could be. Anyway, these Locusts a bit... You know what? A bit premature, I'd say. Well, you know, ooh, do still get a good amount of value there, though. Killing off a Immortal and a Archon, I believe. And, well, Creator, I like you, buddy, but I'm not quite sure how you're gonna dig yourself out of this hole. Checking over here if there's another base. No, there's nothing. There's nothing. Bios hitting the Immortals as well. Bring him to low HP. Where are the Swarm hosts? They're still in the Nidus Worm. He might need them here for a moment, and then he should be okay again, but he does need them right now, I'd say. The Storms are pretty good as well. Come on. What are you waiting for? Get those Swarm hosts out of there. Alright, there they are. Committing to another wave of Locusts. That should safeguard him for enough. And there it is. GG is called. Solar making it look easy. I think Golden Wall is actually a perfect map to do this type of strategy on, right? It seems very difficult for the Protoss to just kind of be on both those sides of the map, and well, yeah, that is indeed a GG. Farron, Farron, buddy. Fingers crossed, my man. Let's hope it works out for you, buddy. And please stop betting when you're drunk. Please. I know it works out one time for you. But, I mean... Will it work out again? That's always the question, right? It's gonna go wrong at some point, even if this one still works out as well. Just be careful, buddy, alright? Gotta take care of yourself. Menether, damn. Thank you for that follow as well. Very much appreciated. Welcome to the crew. The ITaX group of people that enjoy StarCraft 2, I suppose. We have a lot of stuff happening continuously on this channel. We try to bring you more and more over time. We used to be a lot more on the Africa TV, but you know what? We've been fortunate enough to find an opportunity to bring it onto the Twitch side of things. So yeah. Also remember, quick shout out to the Matcherino page. I'm gonna quickly show you guys over here. I mean, all you gotta do is right here, press contribute, fill in that coupon code. I think it is XCOM. Is this 18? Yeah, 18. So there you go. So all you gotta do, press OK, and it will add 50 cents to the prize pool. I've already done it, so I'm not allowed to do it again. Also over here, if you want to buy yourself some ITaX merchandise, right, get yourself a jersey. That also adds money to the prize pool, and you're gonna get yourself a sweet, sweet piece of merchandise gear there. And you're gonna look like an ITaX professional. Also, there's a sarcastic tip jar. If you do feel like I did an okay job, that's a good way to do that. Actually, all right, there we go. It's a great place to show your appreciation of me. If you know what, feel like I'm doing it all right job. But then again, you know what, just dropping a follow, dropping a sub, anything like that, telling your friends that we're live, telling your friends about the into the ITaX Hot Streak, all of that stuff, all very much appreciated, guys. Anyway. My, oh my, what is this? A quick probe moving across the map here from the blue Protoss in the top right side. Creator is from Jinna Greenwings, by the way, in case you've forgotten. Kind of overshadowed, of course, by the other greats in that team. His opponents in the red, the Zerg. Teamless right now, but nonetheless, absolutely an incredible player. He is Solar. Just gonna go for that, for the third base location, for the second base. You gotta do what you gotta do, my man. Moving in with his little probie. Having successfully been a annoying little prick. Ooh, a little bit of a leg spike there. Looks like I'm the only one experiencing it, though, as the micro of these plays still going on. Solar is the king right here, of course. I mean, he already got at least 30 bucks plus some Matcherino money from his previous game versus DRG. Now, if he wins this one as well, he's gonna double up his earnings, of course. We'll be able to go home with twice as much already. And then he might still have the opportunity as well. How many players do we still have left? I think Creator, and then we still have Armani. Is it just Armani left behind this? There will be a best of 5 as the final match. Let me actually take a quick look here, guys. It is go down. Yeah, so after this one, we still have Armani waiting in the woodworks as well, and that will be the final game of the day, the final series, I should say. As that will be a best of 5 as well, between either Solar and Armani or Creator and Armani. And then we'll have to wait until the next time for the Hot Streak to continue onwards to see which one of these players will be able to take home the bacon. You know what, it's a nice way, right? Sometimes for these bigger tournaments, you're just playing for a while, you're just kind of going for it. You're playing the game, but then, you know what, you don't really get high enough in the tournament after a good amount of games. You're just like, alright, well, guess I missed the prize pool this time around. Even though you have quite a big time invested. With these types of King of the Hill tournaments, I'm liking it because you get paid for each and every series that you win, right? So, just the best of 3. You win one single best of 3, and you got some money. You got some nice, you know, pretty good cash, right? A best of 3 doesn't take too long. 30 bucks for that best of 3. That's some reasonable earnings, especially if the Matcherino as well does okay. It's going to be a little bit of extra money there. And I might be wrong, but usually the Matcherino money does get spread out amongst both players as well in each battle. So even if I'm not quite sure if that's the case here, but you know what, it might be. It might be. I'm not completely convinced, though. Don't take my word for it. Alright, so what we're seeing here from these two players is a Adept Glaive on the way, as well as the Dark Shrine here. Let's take a look. What he is planning to do with this. So far, Solar, you know what? It hasn't really gotten to scout yet. Does have one single Overlord on the side here, but the one Stalker definitely kind of intercepting that. So Solar just trying his best to keep a watchful eye out for War Prism leaving the base. He is making Spore Crawlers as well in at least his main base and his natural, or I mean his third, which I guess, you know, it still was his second base to begin with, so calling it a natural, not that crazy, I promise you. Okay, yeah, now we're seeing a lot of adapts being warped in. Of course, it will be followed up by a big attack of the... oh, he cancelled the Spore Crawler, thinking that it is, in fact, the... no, wait, he's still making another one. No, never mind. It's at the front of the base. My bad. Ah, silly Kozen. Alright, so... more adepts here on the way. Still no sign of those Dark Templar yet, though. Let's see how he plans to really... make this happen. Big Shady, yeah, you can't let this finish, can you? Oh, it might. Okay, no, doesn't do it. In there come the Dark Templar, 4 of them in total, so not overcommitting quite yet. We'll try to target down that Spore Crawler, but Solar already in position here. We'll be able to intercept this. At the same time, the Adepts again not finding the opportunity to shade in here. Solar showing some marvelous overall defense here. Not taking any damage. Now, he was a little bit low on the drones. He was still on 41, so he was playing it super safe. But without taking any damage here, and still having a really good army as well, feels more than comfortable to just go for a big influx of drones from this point onwards. I'd say lose a couple of workers here, though. Alright, loses 4. That's okay. I mean, it's not as much as you'd like to get, of course, with the investments of adepts at the start there, but still better than nothing, I suppose. Just lurking about. Might get himself some overlords as well, right? Definitely worth picking those up as well. Lower the overall awareness of your opponents. Potentially gets Solar a bit supply blocked here. So far, not quite taking place. Solar really on top of this. Doesn't not want to get supply blocked, it looks like. Creator, having that third base up and rolling, is moving out quite aggressively, actually, on the map here with the adept numbers. An Immortal and a, well, 2 Sentries and a Stalker. Not really happy about that myself. And it looks like it does it does get punished immediately by a Ling run by here. Does he have a warp in? Okay, he does. Loses an Archon for this trend. Well, a little bit of move out here. Does make Solar commit to more army units though, so will not be going for that many more drones at the moment, and that means that Creator still at a fairly equal income overall here, right? Look at that, 61 probes versus 59 workers. That is, that's not too shabby. Now, of course, we are talking about Solar that he's playing, so I feel like that on its own is not going to be enough, really, to win you any games here. You definitely still need to make some other maneuvers, catch Solar off guard, and try to get some damage elsewhere. More gateways, cannons, and shield batteries in the production as Solar, with this massive amount of force, looks like he will be coming out to play. The Rogue's in a bit of trouble here. And you know what, Creator, your army looking a little bit shabby there. Not that much right now available. Oh, gets a lot of those Banelings, and oh my god, that Archon was low HP. Force Field doesn't want them to get into the natural here just yet. Banelings once again getting met by the Archon. A lot of them rolling in there. Nice spread so far. Shield battery overcharge helping out a ton here, but at the top, of course, it's difficult for the Archon there to run on by. Banelings get on top of the probes. That's a lot of damage, actually. I'm not quite sure if this is still a recoverable position. How does this work with shield battery overcharge? Is this a global cooldown? I think it is, right? Yeah, alright, so... you know, definitely not out of the woodworks just quite yet. Solar committing more and more units here. More circlings coming on in. And it looks like we might have ourselves a continuous champion. Oh, wait, hold up. 25 workers died for Solar here. Deb's going absolute ham in the other side of the map, but I mean, will it matter? Maybe if he gets himself the Overseer, that's his one ticket here. I feel like kill the Overseer and then just win with Dark Templar. Perhaps. He's doing so much damage on the other side of the map here, but I mean, this is a lot of trouble still. So many roaches, so many ravages, zerglings absolutely everywhere. And that Overseer is still looking at everything that's going on. Not overextending. This is the weirdest base race I've seen in a long time. You know what? Creator may have over-committed to the defense of that third base. Very well could have lost that entire third base with the amount of damage that he's doing right now. But then again, I mean, how would you know you're going to be able to get that much damage done? And this is going to be it here, guys. I'm pretty darn sure. I know there's only a single worker remaining here, full solar, but his army has nothing to be contested with. Wait a moment. No, okay, yeah, the Overseer is still there. GG is called. Solar takes it 2-0. This is why you don't bet on Creator, unfortunately. Especially your life savings. GG. GG is called. Creator definitely still making that a bit of a match, but just not having the stuff to hold back the entire armada that was created by Solar then. That means we're gonna get a Armani in here instead of an armada. Bad jokes all around. You're welcome. What's this? Alright. There we go. There we go. Okay, we're all good. We're all good. Okay, this is going to be a best of 5 here. It's going to decide who will be the final victor as the who will wear the crown in the end. Usually we do try to start off next week as well, of course, with the victor. I'm not sure if next week we will be having another hot streak. Actually, let me look this up here for you guys. Let me look it up. Just having a check. Just having a check. Alright, so it's actually not on this agenda just yet. Alright, so I know there's a big tournament coming up as well. I believe it starts next week. Very much looking forward to that one. It's a big tournament. Mark my words. Just keep your tabs on the ITaX overall stream on the Twitch. It will be on Twitch, which is also nice. I'm trying to find it again. I'm looking for it. Where did I put it? Where did I leave this thing? Alright, I give up for now. I give up for now. We'll continue that search some other time. Anyway. Must be on Team Liquid. Which is yeah, we have a lot of people talking to us about just preferring Twitch a lot. So you know what, we're trying to do our best to get as much on Twitch as possible. A lot of people just prefer it overall. It helps us out as well with sponsors, stuff like that. Talking about sponsors, let me quickly give you guys a little bit of a rundown here of one of our sponsors, which is, of course, it's G Fuel. You know G Fuel as the official drink of esports, and right now they are inviting you to take a trip down flavor memory lane with their new G Fuel bubblegum. Bubblegum, you ask? Yes, that's right. It's the new mind-blowing concoction made with zero sugar, packed with antioxidants and vitamins. Now, if you want to be transported back in time with this classic taste of childhood memories, then this is the way to do it, while getting your energy and focus as well at the same time, which we all expect to get, of course, from the G Fuel products. Check them out as well in their sponsor quest, of course, on the Matcherino page, and learn, well, how to get your hands on some of these nostalgic flavors, the time-tested favorites. Bubblegum taste there. Alright. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. Okay. With that out of the way, with that out of the way, we're going to be looking at the final series, which is the best of 5. We're starting with Ice and Chrome. Afterwards, Pillars, the Golden Pillars. Afterwards, Death Aura, Everdream, and Submarine. So, those are our 5 battle fronts. I'm very appreciative that we're getting to see these newer maps very quickly, actually. Sometimes it takes a while for new maps to really come into play for the tournaments, right? People just prefer to play on the maps that they're more familiar with. But it felt like Ice and Chrome, Death Aura, Pillars, or Golden Pillars, and Submarine. Most of these maps very quickly kind of seeped into the tournaments play, and a lot of people going for them. Now, to be fair, there's a lot of new maps right now, right? This is one of the big overall structures of the ladder pool that we've seen in a while. Getting a lot of those new maps in, and you know what, I think there's a good amount of cheer for them overall. Let me quickly grab myself something to drink as well while we wait for the game to start. It's just some milk. Just some milk. I'm gonna wait for the game to start, and I'm gonna set you guys there so you don't see me drinking out of the thing, because that would be disgusting, wouldn't it? I've got a glass right here. I swear to you, I will use that. I will use that to drink from it. Don't worry about it. I'm just a shy pourer, all right? I don't like to pour on camera. Is the thing. I'm very self-conscious about that. All right. Ah. Delicious. Delicious. Okay, now that means I can go into my spiel once again. Fluctuate the vocal cords as much as I want to once more. Going high, going low. In the top right side, we have ourselves a Red Zerg. Fighting for the Freaka Freaks as well. Of course, you know him. He is our money. In the bottom left side, we have ourselves a Blue Zerg. He's the champion right now. Already has at least 60 bucks on his portfolio added here. Well, I mean, it's not too shabby, of course. He's gonna get some more Metrorino money as well. Hopefully, if you guys fill out those codes for us, that would be very much appreciated. Crowdfunding a tournament without having the crowd to spend money, just, you know, is the best. Anyway, can he take the final big pot of money back as well? We'll have to wait and see. He is Solar. Who's teamless right now, by the way. So if you're looking for an absolute badass Zerg with a great attitude, right? This is just a very friendly player overall, guys. I don't know if you remember, but Home Story Cup, you know what? He's there. He's sitting on the couch. He's translating for everyone and everything, and he's just an absolute godsend. Amazingly friendly, nice overall, willing to help out, and on top of that all, scarily good at StarCraft. Absolutely horrifyingly good at StarCraft. I mean, if Solar ever takes a GSL, I'm pretty sure people would be like, yeah, we kind of saw it coming for a while, right? Because, I mean, you've seen Solar play a long time. He's been able to take games off anyone, right? There's not a single player which is still standing above his stature in a way. Of course, he's also lost to a lot of those players as well, but he's always capable of bringing a series either really close, finishing it out, and sometimes maybe even making it look a little bit one-sided, even against the best of opponents. Armani? I think less established overall as Solar. Still a very strong Zerg, of course. Gotta keep in mind that he is still an absolute beast as well. A worthy opponent. Thank you guys for those follows, by the way. Much appreciated. Hope you're enjoying yourself here. So, hope to see you back once. You know what? At some other events as well. Was Agraniel. Require singing. Is that how you say that? I don't know. I'm Dutch. You have to excuse me sometimes. And Hesqued as well. Thank you for those follows, guys. Alright, now what's happening over here in this game is what, you know what the professionals would call standard stuff so far. We have a safety bailing nest over here for our Mani. He is going to go up to a lay attack as opposed to his opponent, Solar right here, going for the roaches, which is kind of funny as this is the game that we kind of saw between DRG and Solar earlier today, right? But then Solar was the person going for the quick spire, and well, DRG was the player going for the roaches. Let's see if Solar will be able to kind of make it work in the same way as his opponent managed to do at that time. There we have the 2 extra gas being taken as well. Armani is still taking that Roach Warren as well. It might just be to kind of throw his opponent off. Coming in right now, seeing the Roach Warren in production there. Might not tip him off just quite yet that there is, of course, a spire on the way. As quickly as it is. Of these players just continuously sending out links, trying to stay up to date as to how many forces are they making, what is coming at me, do I need to invest in more reinforcements, how many drones are you making, what is exactly what you're doing. And there, now we do see, in fact, of course, Armani prepping those spine crawlers after seeing the amount of, oh, that's nice, actually getting 2 spine crawlers there. Neither of those were cancels for the price of 2 banelings as well. Was not expecting that, but working out very nicely there for Solar so far. Okay, coming in right now, trying to baneling bust his way through. Queens are getting very low right now, and that spire is looking very far away still. Probably will not be able to get that in time. Drones are being pulled, and this transition just absolutely getting destroyed. So, yep, I'm not quite sure if you're going to be able to recover here. Both spine crawlers immediately go down. Drones are dead. GG is gold. You know, spines just barely not out in time. I'm not quite sure how well they would have helped out. I think they would have been able to do quite a bit there. At least versus those banelings, right? Just poke away at them so not all of them get right on top. Losing the 2 spine crawlers there as well. That's a big deal. That's a lot of money. Not only do you lose the drone, but it's like, what, 250 extra minerals or something like that? That's just gone, right? That's just gone. Won't be able to get that back anymore. Solar decline to ready process. Interesting. It's kind of a funny thing to note as well, of course. Solar showcasing something else you can do. I'm not quite sure if he realized that there was a spy attack on the way. I may have just missed him getting him the scout on that. Could be the case, but maybe he was just planning to do the attack nonetheless anyway. Regardless, we are waiting for the next game to start. I think there's a bit of a talk about which one of the maps were picked. I think Solar is under the impression that he picked a different map, and Korean admin is talking about you know what? No, actually, this is what we have. Golden Pillars should be the next one, if that is correct. So yeah, let's hope that there was no miscommunication there earlier on in the veto process. That would of course kind of sting a little bit. Put a stinker in the game overall in the series. Regardless. Guys, thank you all for hanging out with us. I hope you will help us out with those Match Arena codes. I mean, we have a moment right now anyway, right? So, you know what, let's just check it out for a quick, brief moment there, right? This is the Match Arena right now. We don't have that many codes used up yet, so that is it's a problem. I hate to say it, but it's not that great for us. We would love for all the supports that if you can give it, you know what, just all you gotta do is press contribute, fill in this little coupon codes, and 50 cents, just like that, added into the mix. Now, there are 2 places you can do this, of course. There's the first one, which was for sets 1 through 3. And the second one is for matches 4 and 5. So, we would very much appreciate anything you guys can do time-wise to either fill out 1, even 1, or maybe 2. That would be the best, of course. Anyway, very much appreciate all of you guys that already did it, of course, as well. It takes a couple of seconds, put some more money into StarCraft 2, and in the end, that's just what we want, right? That's the goal, that's the overall thing that we want. More StarCraft 2. StarCraft 2 to carry on into the future. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. Relentlessly just filling out coupon codes on Match Arena. I don't know who they are exactly. I don't know how they get all that money. But you know what? All they ask of us in return is typing in a little code on their website. Okay, here we go. We have ourselves match number 2. It will be, in fact, on Submarine. Interesting. So, we did kind of switch around with the map order that was initially established. So, I'm not quite sure what really brought that. It was all spoken in and about in the Korean language, which I don't speak. Which I don't really speak all that well, or at all, some might say. So, you know what, it's not something I like to talk about. It's not my proudest thing, not being able to speak Korean like everyone else can in the world. Anyway, in the top left side, we have ourselves a red Zerg. He is the king right now. Will he be able to take the crown home for the end of the day here in this best of 5 to finish it off with? With a bit of extra money as well added in for the best of 5, of course. He's solar. He doesn't have a team, by the way, right now, guys, so check him out. Anyway, bottom right side, we have ourselves a blue Zerg fighting for the Freaka Freaks. Here's our money. Armani sitting strong. One hatchery on the way. On the other side, we also have another hatchery right now being created. Look at that spawning pool positioning. Earlier explained by Cuddlebow, of course, one of the ITaX players. This is a great way to deny any sort of spine crawler offensive right off the bat right there. And in this blue base, we have another spawning pool. Not in that position, though, so you know what? Less cool overall. Already more bonus points there to Solar. Just trying something out there, guys. I don't know if that works. I don't have anyone with me to either stop me or tell me I should keep doing this. Oh, look at that. The hatchery will be going to complete here. Putting back those drones, not allowing them to move to the other hatchery there. I'm going back to my regular voice, guys. This is this feels weird. Feels weird. Now, both these players, I'm not quite sure. They are not really making Zerglings so far. Just using the Overlords as the main scouting mechanism. And kind of skimping on this. Now, previously we saw DRG heavily getting punished for not getting the scout off versus Solar on this map in particular as well. So we'll have to wait and see if that's, well, I guess it's not going to happen because neither of these players are really scouting here or making a lot of Zerglings or anything as of the sorts. Just casually going for the third. Actually, there's no third base for Armani yet. That is a thing to note. Indeed, Armani going for a quick double gas here. Interesting. Interesting. Is he going to go into the 2-base muta play here? I mean, he's going to have to Mutalisk a lot sooner. So if Solar is planning to do the same type of timing attack, Armani should be a little bit better prepared overall. But of course, he doesn't have as much economy to fall back upon if he doesn't manage to do a whole lot himself. Alright, no, in fact, he will go for the Roach Warren here and Evo Chambers. So I would expect a, you know what, a timing attack from Armani instead this time. Get himself that quick +1 missile attack here to help out against the Zerglings. But you know what, Solar also doing pretty much the same thing here on the other side of the map, and even getting the upgrade a lot quicker than his opponents. We're still not seeing an upgrade here from this Evo Chamber. We do see the lay attack now on the way though. Okay, there's the upgrade. This could just be for the Roach speed though, guys, of course. Ooh, be careful, Queens. He's gonna go for another upgrade here. I would assume so. I would assume so. Might help him out a little bit, right? Putting in some more creep. Just looking. It's all painfully obvious though for Solar that there's no third base. He knows that it's coming his way. He's just getting himself a couple of extra drones here, so he has the advantage in that sense. And then he will start ramping up the Roach production here, it looks like. 4 of them on the way now. The Zerglings see the Roaches right now. Coming back around, sees the third base as well. Already, thanks to the Overlord, of course. I mean, the longer he keeps these Roaches on Armani's side of the field, the better he will be off, right? Because he's going to have more time with this third base mining continuously. And that means he's going to have more forces to work with. And the advantage of Armani really is having the Roaches a lot quicker. Having the Roach speed quicker as well. You know what? Although, looking at the upgrades tabs, I mean, I'm just not liking Armani's build against what Solar is doing. I feel like Solar is just playing a standard game. And it is beating the build just in a rock, paper, scissors sense of the one that Armani is doing. Which is weird in a way, because you don't usually expect people to use a build that loses against the standard play in a way. I could still be wrong though. Oh boy, Lynx get into the main base here. Not in time to block off that entrance, but of course there are a couple of Roaches there to help out. That did come off the production chain, cleaning them up. That means 3 of those Roaches right now, very slow to really get here. He does have the Roach speed. Solar doesn't have that just quite yet, so that is a big advantage here for Armani. But looking at the army supply here, that is that third base economy kicking in very heavily here for Solar. And yeah, Armani just up against the ropes here. He did equalize out overall the work accounts, but I mean, if we look at the income graph here, that's a good amount of time where Solar got quite a bit of extra money, and it's reflected right now in that army graph. 87. Wait, hold up. This is the army size graph. There we go. Going up to 90 right now. 95. We'll take this fight. It is a better concave for Armani, I'd say, but is it going to be enough here? Also having the Queens, of course, are transfused. Needs to watch out for the Biles. I don't think he does have the numbers here, unfortunately. He does have the quicker reinforcements, though, so that definitely is helping out. Just barely kind of holding on here, but I think Solar pulling him back out of that weird concave is going to be able to take this one home as well. And yeah, it's just more Roaches here for Solar, having that third base, and Armani doing a build that was, I'm not quite sure what he was planning to do. I feel like something, maybe he was planning something, but then he changed his mind about something else, and you know, but that's always a problem when you're trying to do something and then you have to adjust midway. And then suddenly, you know what, you're just behind. That's what it comes down to. And I think that's kind of what we saw there, because I'm not quite sure what else that could have been. He didn't really hit the timing there. I guess, well, he was trying to with the Roach speed, but It was so late compared to what was happening. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Anyway, guys, let me quickly run a ad break, and we'll be going into the other game. Just doing the ads so that people don't get them through middle of the game or the series, and also people can join the stream immediately, and then they don't have to watch the ad as the game is going on. All right, Solar and Armani, game number 3. Already on match points is Solar, of course, the current king of the hill. Armani has to step up his game here. I was hoping we were going to see... we almost saw a TVT between Solar and Armani. That would have been fun. That would have been fun. Alright, the score right now is 2-0 for Solar. So Armani has a tall mountain to climb. You know what? Solar on top of the hill right now, just barricading himself in. I don't know where he's getting all this dirt from, but his hill is just growing and growing, and it's becoming tougher and tougher for Armani to climb it. Maybe instead of just making it a higher hill, he's just... he's just throwing down Vaseline or something. I don't even know. Man, that was funnier in my head. Just seeing Armani. Oh wait, it's just the wrong person I gave points to. Sorry about that. Yes, we're seeing Solar just throwing down all sorts of lubrications off the hill, trying to keep Armani away from the top. Some sort of weird wrestling match. But anyway, this could potentially be the final game if this man right here in the bottom left doesn't manage to secure a victory. He's the blue Zerg. Can he do it? Give it up for Afrika Freaks Armani. The second Afrika Freaks Zerg that we got to see today. In the top right side, we have ourselves a red Zerg. Fighting for nothing but himself. He's ramping up the aggression right here. Going for the pull first. And 6 links right there in the production tab. Will he pull his drones as well? Yes, he will. He is a Solar. Let's see how this works out. Just gonna sit, relax, unwind. And the Overlord right here is gonna freak the hell out. Alright, now it's time to respond to this, Armani. What's the plan here? He's got a spawning pool, just, you know what? A little bit forwards. He's gonna attempt to set up on top of the ramp here. Wants to get us around and hold off the army. I'm not a big fan of this one. Not a big fan of this one at all whatsoever. With those Zerglings mixed in, that's definitely going to be a victory for Solar. And it did buy Armani a bit of time, right? So the spine crawlers are a lot later. Doing some drilling with the overall drones here. And the Zerglings definitely helping out. Ooh, is it going to be enough though? It's getting close. Has it been enough? It looks like it will be. That spine crawler would have had, you know what, would have loved to have a couple more extra seconds here to be completed, but doesn't appear to be going down that way. Couple more Zerglings still though, trying their best. The spine crawler falls. I think that's gotta have to be the end of this this attack right here. GG is called. And Armani manages to secure himself a victory by holding off that Spinecrawler Zergling rush. Solar being a little bit cheeky, probably thinking, you know what, I could just end it right here and get to just relax again, have myself some dinner. So it is becoming dinner time here for the Koreans, of course. I think, right? It's like 7 p.m. right now for the Koreans. We've been going for a while already. It's what, been like 3 hours? 3 hours. That's okay. Of course, Solar not having been around for all that time. Alright, lovely stuff, lovely stuff. We're gonna go into game number 4, right? Yes, game number 4. Trying to remember. It's hard sometimes, it's difficult. I know that it's, it was 2-0 there for Solar, and now 1 on the board, which makes 3. Which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, after 3 comes 4. Yes. Yes, alright. Right on top of my A game, once again here. Unless if I'm not. If I'm mistaken there, man. Man, that would be embarrassing. Messi! Owned. Oh. Oh no. Thank you for that follow. Much appreciated. Hope you're having yourself some lovely StarCraft 2 time here. Enjoying the atmosphere. And enjoying the games, most and foremost, of course. The important part of any StarCraft 2 tournament or event. It's into the ITaX Hot Streak. This is the 4th one we're doing right here. We started off with Cure versus DRG, and Solar is a Terran player. Right, that's always funny when that happens. Whoops. Whoops. Oh, I'm not in it. Just letting Inu know. What if I leave the party? Maybe if I leave the party. Oh, am I in? Nice. Alright, we're in. We're in. We're safe. Fully secured. Alright, they're both Zergs this time. Oh, man. I would love to see Solar plays Terran, though, as well. See if he can make it work. You know, who knows? Maybe. Maybe he can. Maybe he can't. We'll have to wait and see. But we're not going to. We're not going to see. Would have been funny. Anyway, guys. It's into the ITaX Hot Streak. We started off with DRG versus Cure. Cure getting beaten there. We had DRG as the king there. Taking on Patience as well. And then going up against Solar. And falling down in the ZVZ matchup. Which is funny because I always called DRG the king of ZVZ. But I might have to change my tone on that one. Anyway, here we go. In the top right side, we have ourselves a blue Zerg fighting for, well, the Afrika Freaks. He is our money. Bottom left side, the red Zerg. He is teamless right now. Go pick him up, all you crazy good teams out there. He is Solar. Right, we did in fact have a victory there for Armani, of course, before I forget. Yes, those games, they do count if you die due to the, well, a cheese that doesn't work out. Of course, the Terran thing doesn't count, of course. That would be ridiculous. Although it would be funny as well, because then you would force somebody to play Ultra Race, if they do make that mistake, because otherwise they just take the free loss. Which would be a nice punishment. But then again, I suppose it's also a little bit the lobby host, at fault there for starting the game before both players are in the right race. Anyway, regardless of that, we're not seeing any shenanigans this time around. Playing pretty casual. Playing the regular or straight up macro game right now. We have ourselves a lovely little overlord here. Lovely little overlord. Lordy lord, where are you off to? over there. Alright. That's why the Overlord. Oh, man. Alright, this is the worst joke I've ever made. Not even sure if it qualifies as a joke anymore. Well, I love those. I love those awkward moments. That's what I live for. And we're still waiting anyway, right, for both these players. They're most likely gonna get themselves to third base relatively in a moment. There's the drone for Solar. Let's wait for the drone of Armani pretty much at the same time here. So you see Solar slightly ahead overall in the production of things. Just ever so slightly, of course, though. Can all switch around very quickly with a bit of miss micro or anything else. Bailing nest. I think that's a safety bailing nest coming out for Solar here. So far for Armani. Okay, no, never mind. He's going to get himself the safety bailing nest as well. So again, Solar just a little bit ahead of most things here. Even having one extra worker right now. It's impressive. Getting those injects a little bit quicker. Also, we see Armani going for a creep tuber here instead of an inject. So that is also going to increase the overall production for Solar a little bit. Now, in ZVZ, I'm not quite sure how... It's not that important to have the creep spread. Mainly because Overlords already do a large portion of the scouting, right? You don't need the creep there, the hidden creep, because... You know what, Zerg don't have that much anti-air in the ZVZ matchup, right? They do make the Mutalisk now and again, but you don't see Hydras that often. And especially, well, early to mid-game, it's very rare to have anything that can shoot an Overlord to be moving out on the map here in the ZVZ matchup. Although, you know what, as saying that, we do see the lay attack, which is looking like a Mutalisk play once again for Armani. Now, previous time, of course, it didn't really work out here for the Blue Zerg, but this time around, though, I'm thinking that Solar might be doing something cheeky himself as well. He's not gotten the second gas, though, in his main base, so I don't think this is the perfect timing for the... For Mutalisk, also of course because he is getting the ranged attack here, it wouldn't completely make sense. And he's getting himself the Roach Warren. Ooh, Armani. I want to see if he saw the gas guys here. I'm not sure if he did. I'm not sure if he... I don't think he did. He kind of came in here and then... So that's a big deal. Not completely sure if he knows or not. Because of course he can't see that this is missile attack. I'm pretty sure we will be seeing the speed for roaches here, yeah. And Overlord speed as well already on the way. Which should safeguard the Overlords rather nicely. And make this scouting a lot easier as well. Of course he has the Overseer here. Coming on through. Where is that Spire? Okay, the Spire's over there at the natural base. Let's see. Alright, we'll be moving over there. At the same time, we have the Overseer, of course, of Armani. Trying to do the same efforts. Sees that... Well, I guess there's no Spires. Sees Roaches as well coming out of the hatcheries here. So that definitely helps out. Kind of aware... what is happening. I'm not sure if you saw the Roach Warren jiggle, though. That's of course another big tell. And sending in the Zerglings right now to potentially get a... Okay, no cancel there on that fourth. Would have been a nice little treat there, of course, for the Blue Zerg, but not quite happening just yet. Spore Crawler on the way. Solar prepping for the Mutalisk. And I'm very curious to see how he's going to be trying to deal with this. Using one Overlord so far. And starting to emphasize the creep spread a lot more, so... You know, a kind of a pretty cool thing, actually. To see him now switching it up a little bit and emphasizing the creep spread more. Realizing that he won't be going... Well, he won't be having the Overlord vision anymore, right? So, you need to get it some other way. Of course, having the creep in between your bases as well helps your queens to get everywhere. You'll be able to put those spore crawlers on other locations. And your units benefit a lot more so from having creep than the flying units of your opponents. Now, Solar, I'm liking... I'm sorry, Armani, I'm liking his position here quite a bit, actually. It might be because I'm a filthy Mutalisk player myself, but... Looking at it right now, he's got the gas on that 4th base as well. Gets to surround on these queens. I'm not sure if he realized that was a Spore Crawler there as well. Taking a big hit on the links too. A nice Balin connection there. And of course, as I was saying, that this was a good position for Armani. He kind of takes a bad fight there and loses quite a bit of value from his army. And that can go incredibly quickly, of course. In these types of situations. He's not finding any damage so far with his Mutalisk. We'll be able to kill off a Spore here though, and with that take out the Extractor there as well. Couple of workers go down. Actually, Balin connections here on this 3rd base. Managing to get 9 extra workers there with the Balings. Might be able to clean up a hatchery here as well. Transfusion's desperate to keep this up, but that's a whole bunch of energy now being used up just for that. And you know what? Dropper Lords, 4 Dropper Lords here. This could be pretty cool as well. Sending in Zerglings here into the main base. Man, I'm gonna keep my eye out on that. What he's really planning to target down. If he is gonna go for the Spore Crawlers, might open up an opportunity here. But then again, maybe just target whatever the hell you can. Cleaning up another Spore Crawler here. Mutalisk are an incredibly strong force here. Of course, 5 Vipers are in production. And these Zerglings here do spot the hive tech, so he knows what is coming up. And I'm curious to see as well, once again, what kind of follow-up this will be for... Oh my dear lord, did we see more Banelings here? 28 workers. Oh, it was over here. Jeez Louise, man. We need to start paying more attention here. Links up the hatchery. 4th base for Solar Falls. Now, what we saw here for... earlier today with DRG versus Solar was Infestors instead of Vipers. And the Infestors got a massive fungal on Solar's Mutalisk. Now, of course, that's no guarantee, but I do think that is a bit more of a secure way to deal with the Mutalisk. At least you zone them away a lot better. The Vipers very susceptible to just kind of overextending themselves as well. I don't know, man. With good Mutalisk micro, you can just send 1 Mutalisk away. And then safeguard yourself from the parasitic bomb here. Oh my god, that's enough Mutalisk to take on these Hydralisk. And especially without the Vipers there. Banelings, Zerglings, everything coming in here. It looks like Solar will be in a bunch of trouble. Losing more workers as well. Where are the Mutalisk? There they are. Okay, Vipers now finally getting close, but... There you have it. Oh my god. How is he doing this? Look at that micro. Beautiful micro there for Armani. Keeping a lot of his Mutalisk alive. And afloat. Killing off the counter attack here from Solar. And Solar getting desperate. Sending all his queens as well across the map right now. His army supply is still pretty significant. But, I mean, he's just seeping it in right now. Losing it one by one. Needs to get things sorted. Still has a good amount of Vipers though, but not that much energy remaining anymore. I think it's only 1 single parasitic bomb available right now, and that's exactly what it is. Alright, well, in it comes. And that's it. Alright. That's all the Vipers get to do this time. They're gonna die right now. Just a smidge of damage right there on those Mutalisk. Still a pretty potent force here though, of course, but the Banelings are in production, should be able to deal with all those Hydras right now. The Queens might be a different story, to be fair, but Hydras right now moving in front of the Queens. And that could be a lot of trouble. Okay, time to spread out those bad boys. Here we go. Baneling's rolling on in, and that's going to be too much to handle for the Red Zerg. GG is called. Armani. Armani ties up this series here, guys. Oh my. Oh. Wow. Wow. All right. Yeah. Okay. The Vipers really not paying for themselves there, I'd say. Solar's falling apart here a little bit. That circling drop into the main base, absolutely brilliant. Getting a lot of value there, and then as well at the same time coming into that fourth base, taking that one down. Baneling run-bys on the third base as well, doing a lot of economic damage. And stellar play so far from Armani in that game. The other two at the start, it kind of looks like a desperate situation for Armani, but I mean, holding that quick pull with the drones, the drone pull as well, right? Going for the proxy spines there, definitely seemed to work out. You deposit Farron. Farron, my man. You gotta be more careful with your money, Farron. I mean, there was like a 3 drone difference there at the end of that of game number 3. That could have been the end of you. You could have been bankrupt in Corona time. I think we need an intervention. Jeez, mates. All right. Well, I guess I'm not in a position to tell anyone how to lead their lives, but oof, dude, oof. Guys, don't do stuff like that. All right. Let Farron be Farron. I don't know, but my dear lord. All right. Anyway. Top left side, we have ourselves a Blue Zerg fighting for the Freaka Freaks. Manages to get the series tied up again with some lovely Baneling play. He is Armani. Bottom right side, we have ourselves a Red Zerg fighting for nothing but himself. He is Solar. Please do. Yes, please do. For crying out loud, you're giving me anxiety. Oh, jeez Louise. Okay, well, I think you're just I think you're just trolling us, Farron. I'm pretty sure you're just trolling us now. Either that or you're crazy. What's this? Wait, what? Okay, there we go. Spine crawler. Okay, all right. Alright, this is interesting. We'll be able to bring that spine crawler. Oh my god, Solar realizes. Solar, you mad dog. How do you even figure this out? I guess he was looking on the edge of the creep here in case somebody was making a spine crawler there. And I mean, that's very a fortunate thing. Okay, the spine crawlers do come up very quickly though. That's the first one right here. Solar trying to get himself into a position here. More Zerglings on the way right now. As soon as those Zerglings for Solar come out, he wants to get in between the spine and the drones, and Zerglings needs to fight right here, right now. Will he be able to hold on here? He's looking really good. Definitely taking the fight here. And there we have it. We are looking absolutely stellar. That spine crawler still starting to finish up though. Need to get that targeted down before it does finish. And there it is. Okay, might still be able to have enough to hold that off. Armani, question mark. And Solar laughing. GG. Alright, well, GG. That's gonna be it. Solar bringing it back home again, getting himself the victory there. Being the champion, I mean, he was the king of the hill and brings it back home around again one more time. Claiming the final $50 from the best of 5 series there. Guys, I'm gonna do one last shout out here to the Matcherino, of course. If you haven't already, it would be incredibly appreciated if you do help us out with those codes. That would just be great, and love that stuff for all of you guys that have already helped us out in that sense. Of course, you know what? Lovely stuff, guys. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for supporting us here. It's gonna be it for us for right now. We're gonna be back with more StarCraft though in the future, of course. I hope to see you there, and we are gonna be going to raid Erogfire, a young player for Alpha X. He is incredibly young, incredibly talented. Go say hi to him and have a good time with him. All right, guys. See you later. Have a good one. I've been Kozen. Check me out over here at ReallyKozen. It's my Twitter. It's my Twitch. If you want to see more of me, I'll see you guys later. See you guys later. All right. Bye bye.